And we're back. Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce, live from London in the UK. How you doing? It is Wednesday, May the 18th, 2022. Here it is 1:30 in the
Hey,
afternoon.
how you doing?
In New York, of course, it is 8:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 in Calgary, and 5:30 in Los Angeles. Welcome to those of you awake and who are here to catch the info 1 hour before we open for trading today, and then a couple of hours into trading. We're going to follow these markets. We have, as usual, a lot going on, many directions, but a constant theme is constantly coming into our market. It just keeps it's going to dominate us. I've been warning you about this. No, it's not inflation. No, it's not interest rates. No, the one thing that we're going to be dominated by, and it's going to affect the bottom line of a ton of public companies. This is going to spread everywhere, and it's just going to become normal speak. It's going to become part of your verbal whatever. It's the China problem. It is the China everything. I mean, China's economy is in a free fall, slowing down. China real estate prices are falling. Um, China lockdowns are just all over the place. Supply chain issues are rampant. The communist government controls everything, absolutely everything, and they are not getting anywhere with solutions to their problems. And the problem is that their enemy is not a country or a country's philosophy or democracy or whatever you want to whatever the communists want to blame as their enemy. That's not the problem. The problem is a virus that is overtaking that country, as much as they are trying to just downplay it or not report on it or really kind of keep it in the down low. The bottom line is shelves on stores around the world are already showing the signs of the virus's power and effect, and it will only get worse. And now, today, second day in a row, in New York pre-market, we are getting reports, and we are seeing the direct result of this. Yesterday, Walmart did not deliver on their quarterly projections. Now today, we find a Target, as we like to say, did not deliver, and not even close. And now they are warning, going forward the next quarter, that they're not going to deliver again. Target is an interesting study in retail because Target is not like Walmart or Costco, although there are similarities. All three do the same thing. They negotiate deals with either manufacturers or they create house brands of their own to then produce product overseas for pennies on the dollar, bring the product in huge volumes, distribute it throughout their system, and then come to us to pay top retail dollar for house brand merchandise. And we are stupid enough to pay it. And that is the bottom line. We are idiots. That's what I'm coming up with. We're all morons. But what I'm saying here is, we do get value for the money in a way. The catch is that when we end up buying a set of bath towels at Costco with a Kirkland brand on it, or a set of towels at Target with another brand name on it that might be a house brand of Target's or a licensee of Target, we are buying these items from a distributor, a retailer that has negotiated the manufacturing and importation of said product at a fraction of what they're selling it for. In the old days, in the 60s and in the 70s, an outfit like Target, not that there are many left like Target anymore, but there were at one time many, many department stores. They would buy towels from US manufacturers of towels, and they would be made in America with American material, cotton and what have you, American labor, a distribution center. And our moms and our grandmas would go to these stores from time to time to buy towels, and they would be of a very good quality. There would be the cheap brand, the medium brand, and the high end. And Burlington, whoever, like whatever the textile companies used to be called, they're all gone now. They're offshore now. But there would be a number of textile companies who would go to the department stores every year to try to get them to buy from them their merchandise. And we would go into our moms would go into the store, and depending on the department store that she shopped at, they would have house brands as well, or brands of towels available. Sears and Macy's and Kmart, Woolworths, Kresge, SS Kresge Company. Some of these names might ring a bell with you. And they could theoretically buy, really high-end towels, medium quality, and then the lower quality towels. And once in a while, as a matter of fact, every year, you remember the white sale that used to be held all the time, and the spring sale, and the celebration of summer sale, and the fall clear out sale, and there was always a sale. And that's because the towel manufacturers and bedding manufacturers and linen people and all the manufacturers, they would have clear outs at the end of the year to get their merchandise out to get ready for next year's style and line. And the department stores would buy in bulk all this stuff and then sell it to us for 20-30% off, and we would pick it up. This is all over. It's all gone now. It's now all made in China to order. So Target has towels that no one else has. Costco has towels no one else has. Walmart has towels no one else has. You cannot go and comparison shop like you used to on everything anymore. You can still comparison shop on a bottle of Coca-Cola. Yes, you can. A 2-liter bottle of Coke or cans of this stuff. You can comparison shop cans of Coke, 12 packs at Walmart, at maybe a 20, a 35 flat, 35 cans flat over at Costco, but not a 12 pack. But you could go to other retailers and try to compare apples to apples. But when it comes to certain stuff like mattresses, you know how beds are impossible to price compare because no one has the same brand anymore. Towels and linens and clothing and on, there very few people have the same brands anymore. They're all custom made, and they're all custom made at pennies on the dollar. And we know it. Deep down inside, we really do know this. If you look at the label on the back of where your product comes from, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, what do you think those folks get paid by the hour to make your stuff? And if you're buying your towels and plush towels, you're paying $39.99 for a set of beautiful bath towels or whatever it is, one at a time at Costco. They're, instead of normally 16, they're now $12. $12, you're getting a plush bath towel. That one towel at a store like I don't know, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond, but at a especially retailer, that's a $40 towel. And so why wouldn't you pay 16 or 12 bucks? But keep in mind, Costco pays $2 to get it made. And we're the saps who pay the full retail price. That's the way it is. And this is why Costco stock is a $400 stock. This is why Target is a $160, $200 stock. This is why these stocks, these companies are part of the S&P 500. They're part of the Dow 30 when it comes to Walmart. They're gigantic, mega billion type organizations that have crushed all small competitors into oblivion. The so-called mom and pop store that used to be a linen specialty shop in your hometown in the 1960s and 50s, they're gone. Those people retired either okay, they did a final blowout in the 80s, their kids wouldn't take over the store because they didn't want to work as hard as mom and dad. Whatever it was, they're gone. There was a time where moms and dads immigrated into America after the war, and the father was a haberdasher. The father was a specialist in high-end clothing in Europe. Could have been Switzerland, could have been Germany, could have been Italy, could have been Poland, could have been the UK, wherever. And they came to our countries, Canada, the USA, for example, and they got themselves a job to kind of make a few bucks, get things started, and they probably joined a haberdashery as a tailor or as a salesperson. But eventually they saved up a few bucks to create their own store. And they would realize that a certain town or city, wherever they were, they could move to and they could open up a business there because there was no one in that town that sold this kind of merchandise. And all cities in America, Canada, back in the 50s, 60s, we all had a collection of different kinds of people in all the different towns. And certain citizens wore certain kind of clothing. The plumber wore hard working clothes. The plumber, the carpenter, the construction worker, the electrician. These guys wore clothes to work in. But then there were the accountants and the lawyers and the city hall officials and the priests and the doctors and, again, the white collar type guys. And these folks had a few dollars and, a new store opened up in downtown wherever, and it was owned by an Italian family bringing in Italian suits, or it was a family from Britain bringing in English product, or bringing in the material, just the material, and they were making the suits in the store by hand, made to measure. And so now the doctor would come in and the wife would be elbowing the doctor. It's time for you to get a new suit because when we go to church on Sunday, you got to look good. You're the doctor. And so the doctor would come in once a year, maybe every second year, and order a couple of new suits. Because you know what? Doctors do what we all do. They age. And as they age, their body shapes change, and you need a new suit because the old one doesn't fit anymore. And you'd get it handmade, hand designed in town. How convenient is that? Those days are over. There are still stores here and there where you can get a handmade suit. There are a few left, but the cost to anyone who wants to get one of those is astronomical. But it used to be in every town, every city. Well, those folks they immigrated to North America in the 50s. They worked through the 50s and the 60s and 70s, and they retired in the 80s, and they died in the 90s and the 2000s because they were 80 and 90 years of age. They moved on. And they weren't replaced because our immigration patterns changed over the decades, and we didn't bring in Italians anymore from Europe after the 70s or so. They didn't come anymore. Germans didn't come in anymore after the 60s because they could stay at home and make a lot of money in Germany. They also had 6 weeks of national holidays guaranteed. We're coming to America with like a 1 week holiday, 2 weeks holiday. They're going, no, thanks. I think I'll stay in Germany. I got healthcare over here. My kids get free university. I think I'll stay in Germany. So the evolution has changed. And of course, the creation of Walmart in the 60s and the creation of other gigantic retailers that began to emulate the Sears model from the early 1900s and 20s and 30s and 40s, 50s, that expanded, and here we are. So we have Target today, even Target bringing product in for $2 for towels or whatever they're paying for sheets, selling us bedding for $100 a set, a king size set of bedding for $100 that they'll have made for $20. With those kinds of margins, these guys have an earnings shock today for the street. Now that is telling you what inflation can do to an economy. Some of you were asking me a few months ago, well, if inflation is 5, 8, 10%, doesn't that mean companies make more money because they can charge more for their merchandise? And the thinking is simply, well, if they have a warehouse full of merchandise and prices now are higher, wouldn't they charge more for the merchandise they've got to bring in extra profits right now? And then, that'll replace the product they're ordering later, and they'll stay ahead of the game on inflation. Sounds simple, doesn't it? And in a way, that's true, but unfortunately, there are other costs that go up. The actual warehouse that they're keeping their stuff in, that is going up in cost to operate. The employees who move the merchandise in there and out of there and redistribute it, all those folks need more money because they're getting better offers elsewhere. There's a labor shortage you might have heard about. Cost of gasoline to fill up those trucks to move that stuff in and out, skyrocketing. The cost of bringing in the container loads of shipping, the cost of the stores that Target has and Walmart and Costco, their actual physical locations are costing more to operate today than it was a year ago, 2 years ago. Electricity costs through the roof. Natural gas costs are ridiculous. Taxes are only going to go higher. Property values have gone up, which means taxes have gone up because taxes are part of property values. And so these retailers are caught up in the same cyclone of inflation that we are. We're all in it. And we're all raising our prices. We're charging more for our labor if we can get it. We're paying more for food, and we're paying more for goods and services. And now Target is admitting, and they're saying, what's obvious to us, what we're getting to those, we don't sell to the Walmart shopper necessarily. Some people who go to Walmart do go to Target. Of course, there's an overlap. But in reality, a lot of people that go to Walmart never go to Target because it's more higher end product, and they can't afford it. They're at the bottom, and they're trying to get by here on every nickel they got. These folks on the bottom have got the bejesus kicked out of them. Why? Because a year ago, 2 years ago, guess what they were getting every month? They were getting money from the government. In Canada, it was $2,000 a month in COVID relief money. That has ended a long time ago. So now the poor are poor again. Where in Target, you have a higher demographic of people who shop. Well, Target is admitting even our customers are modifying their shopping behavior. That's the word they're using. They're modifying their shopping behavior. What does that mean in plain English? You come to this channel for plain English. They ain't buying the high-end stuff anymore. They're buying the low-end stuff. They're cutting back on expenditures. They're holding on to their dough. The middle class and the upper middle class in America and in Canada are going, yeah, I notice the prices are up all over the place. And I did get a 6% pay raise. I negotiated that, but these prices are up like 8, 10, 12%. And this is after tax for me because, I get my paycheck at work less all the deductions. And, oh, by the way, some of you out there may have moved up to a new tax bracket because the raise you got put you into a higher bracket of earnings, which means a higher deduction at source. You're not that far ahead. And so you're modifying your buying habits. And yeah, they're going into Target. What are they buying at Target? What's on sale? That's what they're buying at Target. Are they buying the new stuff at full total retail? Not so much. They're modifying their behavior. And this is happening at a higher demographic level already, which is saying to alarm bells are going off in the retail department stores. The Target head office alarms are going off, have been going off for weeks. They're going off at Kabbalah. They're going off at, you name all your favorite guys, all your favorite stores that you guys go to. Every one of the management groups of these outfits, the alarms are going, warning sounds, incoming, we got problems. And it's not stopping. And the big problem is the supply problem, just getting it in. But once you've got it in, boy, did you pay to get it in, way more than you thought. You didn't budget a year ago what you're paying now to bring in your merchandise. And so you're seeing slower sales, different purchases of items that you thought would sell. You've got higher labor costs, hire all kinds of operating costs, and it's not working out. And you're going to the Wall Street guys and saying every 13 weeks, yeah, we thought we would generate 24 billion in sales. We generated 25 billion in sales. That's the good news. That's where it ends, because everything else that we're going to tell you is bad news. All the costs went up way more than $1 billion. We brought in an extra billion, but we spent an extra 3 billion. And that is money we can't cut. We can't cut the 1/10 of the store's real estate footprint back and reduce our rent by 10%. We own this lease. We have this lease for this building, and we got to rent the whole building until the lease is up. And our landlord is already telling us when the lease comes up, the rent's going up, because the landlord's costs have just gone ridiculous. Target is saying cost of air conditioning this place has gone up. The cost of lighting it has gone up. The cost of staffing it with labor has gone up, and we're on a skeletal crew because we can't even get people anyway. But those who we have, we're paying dearly for them. We can't go any thinner because the people will walk out with merchandise. We won't be able to stop them. The theft will just go nuts. This is the retailer's nightmare. And in the case of Target and Walmart, they're everywhere. They're in every state pretty well. They're in every territory, every corner of North America. And so they've got this compounding problem. And this quarter we just talked about was, I believe, the second quarter. It's one of the worst quarters of the year where nothing much is expected. What's expected from this company is this quarter coming up, Mother's Day, Father's Day, the results are coming, and then the fourth quarter, Christmas, and we are going to have ourselves a problem for this Christmas everywhere. No matter how good a retailer you are, and there are good retailers in existence, Target, Walmart, Costco, and many other, they're really good retailers. They're very, very good at what they do. They're going to have all kinds of issues between now and the end of the year into next year because of supply chain nightmares. Because if you can't get the merchandise in, you can't sell it. And certain merchandise is what we call time-sensitive merchandise. See, Cheese Whiz is easy. See, Cheese Whiz you sell to a guy like me all year round. Welch's grape jelly, you sell it to me all year round. Bagels, I'll eat them all year round. Not a problem. I eat bagels in the winter. I eat bagels in the summer. It's all good. But Christmas decorations, I don't buy Christmas decorations in May. People buy Christmas decorations in a window of time. They buy Halloween decorations in a window of time. There's an opportunity window where you can sell certain goods and go with it. Easter product, July 4th celebration merchandise, summer clothing. In the north, you sell summer clothing in the summer, spring, summer. In the south, you sell summer clothing a little longer. But it all changes and styles change. And if you can't get your merchandise in quickly, efficiently, at the right cost, your numbers are blown out the door. And as complicated or as juicy as the margins are, because I keep talking about how we're saps, talk about how we buy a product for $40, maybe a collection of a bath towel collection, $40 that costs $2-3 to make. Yeah, it sounds like the margins are incredible, but when you think about the cost to the retailer of Target to actually pull this off, they had to hire people to design the merchandise first. Then they had to send people to the factories to negotiate a contract to produce it. They had to commit to certain volume levels. Then they had to commit to the shipping and the timing of shipping of all that product in, all the paperwork involved in importation and everything else, all the legals. Then you have the distribution costs to all of your stores. You have the packaging costs that might be part of the manufacturing process or not. Then you have the stocking fees. The product arrived in the back of the store by pallets. You got people back there opening up those pallets and getting those items into the shelves in the store. And then the operating of the store, then the selling of the merchandise and the bagging it up and letting people walk out the door with it. By the time you do all of those costs, you take off those margins. So you just sliver away margins and margins and margins. And don't forget, these margins are also paying for that overhead of the corporate office with all of the brains up there going, we should be doing this, we should do that, we should do that. We got to do a marketing campaign, we got to do our advertising campaign. Then there's the insurance of the whole business, and on and on it goes. The listing fees of the securities, don't forget, the interest charges on loans, debts, retirement plans, costs, and on it goes. The slivers keep coming off, because this isn't a mom and pop operation where, Vito took the plane from New York to Naples in 1969 or 72, and he went to the factories there that he's been dealing with his whole life, as his dad did, and he put in his orders for $150,000 of the merchandise for the next year. You're delivering 37,500 every 3 months to my business in New Jersey. And then the product would come in, and the family would be there when the truck arrives to unpack all the stuff and get it out into the store. And they have a big grand celebration in the store. New merchandise is in every 3 months. This isn't just one little store we're talking about somewhere in New Jersey. We're talking about hundreds, thousands of locations in states all over the place, with state rules and city rules and expenses like you can't imagine that the immigrants would have imagined way back when. So yeah, maybe this set of towels is a winner. This $40 set of towels sells really well, but these two sets, not so well, because the colors just aren't right, or it just isn't appealing to shoppers. Who knew? You're stuck with it because Target can't send them back to Indonesia where they're made. These have got to go. Guess what happens next? They're 20% off. Then they're 40% off. Then they're 60% off. Like, they're off. They're going off. And if you're part of the Walmart family and they come back as returns, guess what happens with this? It gets boxed up in giant boxes, and the boxes get blown out to secondary retailers, of which many are YouTubers who buy these mystery boxes from these jobbers, and they buy a box for $200, and then they open up, see what they got, and in there's all kinds of stuff, including towels, sets of towels, and they just try to blow these off for any amount of money they can to get their dough out and make a few bucks. There's a secondary market for everything. But on the front of the front door and on the top line of Target, they're going, we have to have a net profit of 5, 6, 7% net on our sales. That's what we promised Wall Street. And if we don't deliver it because of the product is no good, the timing is no good, the reliability of delivery was wrong, cost of delivering the product to our stores, cost of shelving it, the cost of running our stores. We have all these headwinds against us. We're not going to make our 6%. We're making 3 or 2 or 1, or we go red. And if we go red and we're a $30 billion a month selling outfit, you go red 5%, you're red a whole bunch of money. And this is where the margins can get nasty. So this morning, we're looking at Target trading right now at $162.45 a share with, 32 minutes to go before we open up for the day. We're down $52.83 a share, down 24.5% on Target this morning. Yesterday at this time, we were watching Walmart off 11 to 15%. Now we're watching Target off 24. What is going to happen with Costco stock? What is going on there? It's off 31 cents this morning to, I got the wrong quote. That's Cisco. Costco stock is under pressure. It is off. It was off yesterday. It's off now. We've got Costco down $4 yesterday. We have Costco down right now $28.67 a share, down 5.85%. And Costco is a very well-run organization, but they too are a thin margin, high volume retailer. And these guys have got to, they got to move merch at predictable prices. They got to buy it at a predictable price and sell it at a predictable price. Our friends at Best Buy, another retailer, they're off $5.50 a share right now to $79. 6.5% haircut over at Best Buy this morning. Wayfair, heard today that Wayfair is laying off some staff. They're doing something like a hiring freeze. They're not officially letting people go, but they're not bringing people in to replace openings. They're down $2.59 a share, 4.69%. The so-called boom days are over with regards to COVID. the Wayfairs of the world were making a lot of money on COVID because we were stuck at home and ordering into the house. Now we're out, and it's a little different for those guys. Amazon today down $71 a share, 3%. They too are suffering from supply chain logistics out of China. This story, we're going to keep coming back to it again and again and again. It's a nasty little problem. There's a headline this morning talking about Target stock is off. It's the worst performance for Target this morning. I guess the way I should say this. This is the worst performance for Target shares since Black Monday. Black Monday happens to be October 1987, when Jen and I were stockbrokers. And the Dow in one day lost 22.5%. The whole Dow Jones lost 22.5%. Never had that happen again. Target that day lost 36% that day. That's how bad it was. Today it's off 20-something percent. It's off right now 24% at 162. Do you buy Target right now is the question. Hey, should I buy it down here at these low prices? I wouldn't. There might even be more negative coming because the other shoe is going to drop. We're going to find out other retailers' woes, and we're going to find out how deep this is going to run. This is not a 1 quarter only problem where everything will be fine in 3 weeks from now. No, things are not fine. We're already into the next quarter, and things are not well. Things actually are looking worse than at the moment. Anyway, there you have it. Vilbus is saying, my wife is the office manager at a reclaimed grocery wholesaler, and their shipping expenses have gone nuts. Way more expensive, and it can be difficult just to get shipping scheduled in a timely manner. This is the supply chain nightmare. Not good at all. All right. It's going to be something. What can I say? We got issues here. We have issues. My father had a music store. My mother had a dress store, and they were. My father was a specialty retailer in a way, because he carried musical instruments, and you had to have staff in the store who knew what they were talking about with respect to the instruments for sale or accessories like guitar strings, amplifiers, cords and cables, microphones, drum skins for new snare drum, snares for the snare drums, parts, drumsticks, all this stuff. We had to know it all. And I learned it. I learned all of it by osmosis, being in that store from age 9 until I was 21. I was in that store for 11, 12 years, especially retail shop. We never thought that we'd ever see the day that a department store would carry musical instruments. How in the world would you sell musical instruments in a department store? You would go to as a potential. You want to learn how to play guitar? Seriously, you would go to a music store and talk to the guys and girls there about that product because they're specialists. My mother had a dress shop, but she wasn't the typical dress shop that were, of which there were tons in our hometown of Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. She had a specialty store. She made her dresses in the store and had ladies working from home making dresses for her, or parts of blouses and aprons and so on, because my mother imported the material from Austria and Germany for journals, the Oktoberfest dresses. Very specialty product. No department store would ever think to try to carry this kind of product. This is beyond their purview. There was no way they would go in there. And because my mother had a one-off shop in a town called Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario, which is home to Canada's Oktoberfest party, because that is Oktoberfest Central as far as Canada is concerned. She was a specialty retailer in a specialty event. She could charge what she wanted for her product. And in Oh my God, I'm thinking now time going back. In 1976, 77, 78, when she was offering a dress for $250 to buy a dirndl for $250, my rent in a one bedroom apartment, Jennifer and I were in a furnished one bedroom apartment for $176 a month. The dress was $250. What? And we had um, you know husbands and wives coming into that store, and the wife wanted a dirndl because they were going October festing this week. They would be Oktoberfesting maybe 3 nights this week for a 10-day event. This is a big deal in Germany. And these are German Canadians coming in here. And wives would buy 2 or 3 of these dirndls, and the husbands would just pay it and stay married. But these women look pretty darn good with these beautiful embroidered units, handmade, like made beautifully handmade, and my mother could do alterations on the spot. Um, so you'd wear it, and it would be a little tight, a little loose here. My mother would be instantly there with pins just in her teeth here, and she'd be marking with chalk, and the alterations would be done the next day. In some cases, wait an hour, go get a coffee, come back in an hour, it's ready. Where else are you going to get this? Department store? What are you talking about? No other tailor could do this. Yeah, this is where my mom and dad cleaned up, and it ultimately became their retirement fund. That store actually let them retire, not the music store. The music store paid the bills, kept us running, but the dress shop made that dough at the end of it all. It bought the building that the business was in, and ultimately they made their money on the building. Like McDonald's is a real estate company. You may have seen a movie about this. McDonald's sells burgers, but they're actually a realty company. They own real estate, and the franchisees lease the land that the building is sitting on, and McDonald's owns the land. And that's where the money is. The upside. Anyway, a whole different world. The old days from the 50s and 60s where immigrants came in and opened up mom and pop shops, those days are gone. Those have all been replaced with mega capitalized gigantic outfits, unless you're in a specialty business that you can stay out of the way of the turret of the major store. Anyway, today we're noticing issues with regards to importation of product from China, and it's now hurting Target, and it's affecting Costco, and it's affecting other retailers. So we're off 264 on the Dow this morning. We're off 44 on S&P, and we're off 186 points on NASDAQ. And this China thing is spreading. And I'm only talking to you about, I think I'm talking to you about the tip of the iceberg. This is about to get completely worse everywhere else. So don't think about clothiers having issues only, or the Walmarts of the world with their merchandise. We're going to talk about everybody. So it will infect the other gigantic specialty retailers out there, and then it's going to affect other businesses that rely on Chinese-made components and items to be successful in. So if you're in the you might be into producing electronic goods or software or components. Some of your components come from certain areas in Asia, and you haven't got them. They aren't coming in. You got a problem. Eventually they arrive, but they arrive at 50% more than you thought they would, or 30% more in cost. You're going to have problems, pricing problems, and you're going to have to just make a decision. Do I pass this on, or do I eat this out of my margins to keep my market share? And what will my competitors do? Can they afford this as well? This game, this race to the bottom is beginning. And there are survivors and there will be casualties. And this is the economy at large. Now, the good news for Americans, Canadians are kind of getting sucked along in the vortex here. The good news is the US dollar is rising against foreign currencies, including the Chinese yuan. And that is partially cushioning the pain of it all. But in the case of Target, it didn't save the stock from dropping 20-something% in the pre-market today. We are now 21 minutes away, and Target is at 162.30, down 24% right now. So we have issues here. All right. Other news I wanted to mention. AMC discloses a stake in something called Cine Media, C-I-N-E Media, M-E-D-I-A. AMC has apparently purchased about 6.8% an interest in a company called Cine Media. Cine Media is the outfit that apparently specializes in placing advertisements on movie screens before a movie starts. So you get there 20 minutes early, you're chomping your popcorn, and you're watching these ads go by. Cine Media is probably who's putting those up there. Somebody's got to do it. Now, AMC owns almost 7% of that company. Cine Media stock is off dramatically because they too got whacked, as they say in The Sopranos, when COVID hit. Every movie theater was shut down. Cine Media had nowhere to show ads. I mean, you could run an ad in an AMC theater, but there's nobody there. Not going to do you a lot of good. Advertisers were not advertising. Cine Media making zero money. Now all of a sudden, AMC is buying into this company because I think their philosophy is, well, we have dough on hand. We'll put $8 million into this thing, get a chunk of it, and as we're building our business back up, their advertising is coming along as well. And if that stock triples or quadruples, we'll make money on it. Maybe we'll sell it for a nice profit and help pay some of our bills. They're diversifying their holdings one way or another. This actually is not a bad idea. It's a vertical integration kind of move because their screens are being used by this outfit. I mean, another way for AMC to make money is to buy Coca-Cola. You know, if they bought the company, they're selling their product in their theater. The problem, unfortunately, is that Coca-Cola can't be purchased by AMC because no matter how much money AMC has, they can't afford to buy Coca-Cola. So darn it. So what do? Do you buy the popcorn company? Is there enough margin in that? Well, not really, because AMC buys the popcorn for pennies and sells it to you for dollars, which is also what they do with the Coca-Cola product. I mean, after all, who makes the biggest margin on pop and popcorn? The movie theater chain makes the biggest margin, which they just give to their bankers to pay off their loans. But the Cine thing, Cine Media, there's something possibly there. Anyway, I mentioned that because if the shares of AMC go up, that could help the shares of GameStop. And I will note that this morning, AMC shares are down 14 cents at the moment. They were up a little bit this morning, but they're now down 14 cents because, of course, the Dow off 255 and NASDAQ off the way it is at 177. AMC is up under a little pressure. GameStop is down 328 at 97.10. Those of you who wrote options last night in the last 20 minutes of the day yesterday as the shares of GameStop were appreciating and inching towards 100, you're smiling already, going, oh, okay, we're 97.10. We're down 328 on the stock pre-market for GameStop. Hey, you know, they want to take a dip along with this market. You'll look to buy contracts back for a nice little take here. Way to go. Others of you who would still like to write a contract on GameStop, what you need to do now is wait out the first 30, 40 minutes and see if this is just a quick 1 hour blowout. And then there will be selective buying coming in on certain areas, including maybe GameStop. And then you can write again. You'll have to keep an eye on that, which we will do with you this morning. Oil is up 186 a barrel to $114.26. There are winners and losers when oil is at this level. Losers are consumers. Losers are businesses that utilize a lot of this fuel. Winners are the makers of this product, those who find the oil, those who refine the oil, those who retail the oil generally are winning right now. And other winners in the oil business that you might not think about because you can't really buy shares in these outfits, the other winners are state governments and provincial governments, let's say in Canada, that are getting a windfall from these prices right now. And one province in Canada that is really getting a windfall is Alberta, which is where Calgary is located, which is Jen and I kind of come from. Calgary, Alberta is where is right now really rocking. It's all good in Alberta right now. It's been a bad couple of years up until 2 years ago, but things are hopping now. With 114 American for a barrel, we're talking about the price of about 140, $145 Canadian per barrel. And Canadian companies pay Canadian dollars to get oil out of the ground. They pay Canadians in Canadian money. They sell the product in American money. And so it's a good one. So the lower the dollar goes against the American dollar, the better for oil and gas companies inside Canada. But the bottom line is the product is priced in American money. And the province of Alberta, with a population of about 4.5 million people for the whole thing. I mean, there are cities in America with more than that, but this entire province of 4.5 million people are this province is raking in some serious money right now. Natural gas prices are ridiculous. Royalties are huge. Oil royalties are huge. But Alberta had been a province that was continuing to spend money in infrastructure, highways and hospitals and schools and what have you, even during the worst times. The province was borrowing money at 1% interest, obviously. You remember 2 years ago? The province borrowed for nothing, billions of dollars to just keep the infrastructure going, which kept a lot of people employed, by the way, in the province. Now the province is reaping this windfall to knock off these loans, build up a cushion, and more people are being employed, obviously, in the patch than before. And so there's winners. Texas should be a winner. Oklahoma should be a winning state, and other producers, perhaps Wyoming, but North Dakota, South Dakota should be winners there. There's oil production out of California. There's oil production out of Pennsylvania. There should be some winning going on there. And then, of course, the Mideast. They're laughing all the way to their bankers, and Americans are funding Middle East countries to the tune of trillions of dollars in profits, because this product, oil, is sold everywhere to everybody. And as long as Americans and Canadians and other Western countries' population keep driving these vehicles, and we keep burning it up, these guys are going to thrive. And so you ever make your way to Dubai or to Abu Dhabi or to other major cities in the Mideast, you will see phenomenal skyscrapers and architecture. They're funded by the Western world. And there you have it, that it continues on. Some countries, unfortunately, have now a lot more money to buy bullets and buy more weaponry for security purposes. And then they utilize those toys to enact security measures like Russia against Ukraine. And so Americans are making Russians rich by refusing to reduce their usage of the product, keeping the price nice and high, or helping to. It's not just America's fault. It's all of us. And the Russians are cashing in, even with sanctions. Oil is being sold by the Russians all over the place, under the table, cash, and bullets keep getting resupplied to those soldiers in the Ukraine, along with all the other material. And so life goes on, doesn't it? And there you have it. We are 12 minutes away, and the old man is ranting as usual. Thank you, everybody. Mr. T says, Bruce, I'm thumbs up number 57 today. And I appreciate all of you who have given me a thumbs up today and tell me what number you are. Thank you. Hit those thumbs up button for me. Good morning, Uncle B. You often say sell into strength. Will you further define or quantify what that actually means? Is it measured in dollars and cents or percentage of rise or a combination of things? That's a good question. And I guess in a general way, just a general way of saying it, for example, GameStop. Yesterday, the shares were as low as $91.20, and they got as high as $100. And going into yesterday, nobody knew that that would be the range, but that was the range. And the shares did end up gaining $8.58 on the day. So they obviously started around the $91.50 ballpark. And they went up and they went down and they fluctuated, but they really didn't go anywhere until really the last maybe couple of hours of the day. They kind of drifted a little higher. And this is where we began to notice here while I was talking in the last hour of the show. It just so happened that comments were coming up over here from my Gold Bagel members and my Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, those who were allowed to comment. I just wrote some contracts. My stink offer got hit. People had been putting in orders to write call options against their GameStop shares, but they wanted a certain price for the contract, and they did what I've told them to do, I've trained them to do, and that is put in stink offers. Lesson number 13 is the one right there you want to watch for this. Write stink offers on contracts and bring in that extra 50 cents or 85 cents or $1.25 a contract to you. As the stock, if the stock has a bit of a rally, you're going to be taken out at a higher level than where the stock was, because obviously if you write a call for $6, you can't make 7 on it. You can only make 6 on it. If you write a call for 8, you can make 8. Now, if you write a call first thing this morning when the stock is weak and you get $5.50 for a contract, that's $550 in your pocket. You buy it back for $3, you've made $250. If, however, you put in a stink offer and say, yeah, I want to write this call, but the stock's, waving, it wavers. I'm going to see if it has a little wavery up. Maybe it'll pop up a little bit. I'm going to offer this contract instead of $6 or $6.50. I'll offer it for $7.95, 5 cents below the nice $8 round number of 8 or $7.90, whatever. And if people were getting out last night at these kinds of higher numbers, $7.90, $9.90, $11, $13, you're taking these higher sell prices. And now you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm comfortable taking $9.50 instead of $6.50. And I'd love to buy this thing back for $3. And if I do, I score 2/3 of my money on this gain. I get to keep 2/3 of the money I just brought in, $600 a contract. I wrote 5 contracts. I just made $3,000. You know what? If I can do this twice a month, $6,000 a month, I could pretty well not have to work. This is $72,000 a year gross, less deductions and taxes. It's capital gains. I'm okay. In any event, you're selling into strength. And what does that mean? You offered your contract at a higher price, letting the stock come up to it. You made the stock, you made yourself wait for the stock to go up in value to offer this contract. And you said to the market, I'm prepared to sell my contract at this level if the stock goes higher. And that is selling into strength. Now, those folks out there who are trading the stock don't trade options. And anyone can do this. There are people out there who might say, you know what I'm going to do, Bruce? I noticed that the GameStop was down to 80 last week. I bought some at $82. This morning yesterday morning was $91.50, $92 a share. This stock goes up closer to $100. I'm going to sell my stock, but then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to buy it back at a lower price, as if I'm writing an option. I'm just going to sell my stock and then buy it back again, and then I'm going to wait for a run, sell it, wait for weakness, and buy it back again. I do the same thing that the option writers do, except that I don't play options. I just play the stock. Now that is the front line of investing. That is right at the front line with no protection. Whereas if you're an option writer, you can pick the option you want to write at what premium you want to write it at. And generally speaking, those who follow me here are writing options that are out of the money and taking in time premium. That's called insurance. And that insures your wager that you're going to make money with a premium, giving you a little protection. It's like a shock absorber. So if the shares don't go down right away because they just kind of hang around this neighborhood, the advantage you have is the time factor with these contracts. They're expiring sooner or later. If they're a 2-week contract, they expire in 2 weeks. You will see the value of the contract shrink from a time perspective, which is a gain you can make on your contract without the stock doing anything working for you at all. It can just sit there and you'll still make money on the option. So there's that. Okay, so selling into strength just means writing a call into an upward moving market. So you're looking for, let's say you can write Apple calls. We see Apple go up $6 a share this morning. Boom, you write a an Apple call $5 further out of the money. You couldn't have written it for the price that you want to write it at now when it was $5 lower. The contract didn't have that value, but now it has a higher value. It's attracting your attention, and now you're going to nail that sale, or you've put in an offer for your contracts, stink offer. You did that this morning or during the day, and if the shares go up $3-4 from here, you're likely going to be taken out. That's writing into strength. All right. And then buying into weakness is the opposite. You're not putting in stink bids and going, okay, I got out at $9.50 on that contract, or $9.45 or $9.90, just under $10. I got out at $9.90. I'm going to put in a stink offer at $5.10, not at $5, because everyone wants to buy at $5. I'll pay $5.10. That's a stink bid. And now you're saying, I'm prepared to take $9.90 on the way out, and I'm prepared to pay $5.10 on the way in. Where some people say, I got to get 10 on the way out. I got to get it back at 5, and I make $5. They just cannot not have that happen. I say, screw that. Take the $9.90 sell, get out first, put in the $5.10 buy, get in first, give up the 20 cents to the dreamers who are wanting the perfect trade. You've completed your trade. You've locked in your $470 net profit in what? A day? 6 hours? 2 days? Whatever. Way to go. And now get ready for the next one. There are so many people out there who are waiting for the perfect trade to happen that never got the trade done. You hear that story all the time. All right, there you go. GameStop doesn't follow AMC. It may seem so, but Keith Gill isn't invested in AMC. The shorting hedge funds want GameStop to follow AMC, so you buy it because people don't know any better. Buy low and sell high, Mr. T. Let's see. When it comes to covered calls, I guess. Stocks and options, buy them low, sell them high, but you have to do your homework. There's that too. Nick is saying, Uncle Bruce, I am shorting Twilio, Walmart, and TGT HD today. That's what I'm doing. Rock and roll. He is a busy man here. We're opening up in 4 minutes. Let's see, is Keith Gill posting videos? I don't even know. Deep Value Investing, I'm number 122. Cindy, I'm thumbs up number 144. D.H. Ruda, I'm thumbs up number 109 today. Nazareth, I was thumbs up number 150. Thank you, all of you who are hitting these thumbs ups for us and letting me know what number you are. I love it. Here we go. Hi, Bruce. A few days ago, you speculated that we haven't hit bottom yet. We haven't hit the bottom yet, and the Dow might bottom out around 28,000. It can still happen. We have right now a little rally off some lows, seemingly, but we're down 278 this morning already on, we haven't gained all that much in the last few days. It was a positive week going into today. There are trillions of dollars out there on the sidelines, no question about it. They have to go into the market sooner or later, but they don't have to go in this week. They don't have to go in today. These buyers can delay their re-entry into the market when they feel it's safe to do so. And of course, they can sell anything they want, whenever they want, and add to that pile of cash, obviously. So yeah, we still may have a lower number here. We're not done yet. We'll keep you posted. Let's see. I know you don't have a crystal ball, but I'm interested to know if that's still your opinion. It could well still be. I just sense that the damage from China is global. This is not an America-China issue, by the way. If any of you guys think I'm picking on China from the U.S. side only, think again. This is a global problem. Europe is having huge China problems. Delivery of goods into Europe, it's all screwed up. And Chinese need for European products is way down. That's a problem. So if your buyer isn't buying and your seller can't deliver, and you don't need as much as you thought, there's problems everywhere. And so we're only just starting here. This is going to get worse. Wing Commander, 161 thumbs ups. Kiwi, 162. Thank you. Uncle Bruce, Nick wants to know, to do the cover call, you need to have the underlying shares to write options against. If you don't have that, then if the sentiment is negative in market, then we short. That you can do too. Rob put 5%. 5% change alerts on the stocks I write contracts on. If the stock moves 5% from the opening price, it alerts me. If it's going up and I don't have a call written, then a single, it might be time to write. This is a good plan too. Miraculous is number 168 thumbs up. 1 minute to the opening. And thank you, Wing Commander, just quickly dropping in to leave a like. We'll have to catch a rerun. Just stuck in calls all day. Wish I could have starting calls earlier. Would have not have to deal with this crap anymore. Aurora, number 179. Olivia, just some casual worldwide economic breakdown. That's all we have. Just a casual worldwide breakdown of all order. Hey, man, we're just trying to make a couple of bucks here. Well, how do I make money? There you go. Getting ready to open this up right here, right now. Thank you. Larry Blake is number 176. Thank you all for hitting these thumbs ups for me. We have 184 already here. Larry had just nailed the bells for us. Thanks, Larry. We're back. Cheers to all of you from around the world. This is Bruce and Auntie Jen reporting from London in the United Kingdom, where it's a gorgeous, sunny-looking morning today, or even afternoon. Looks fantastic. We head to Edinburgh shortly, and we're looking forward to that. And then Germany. We'll keep you posted. We'll take you with us. We will not be on the air tomorrow. This show is today. I'll be on this afternoon. There will not be an alert tonight. There will not be a primetime show tonight. We are packing, and we're travel day tomorrow, and we're back on Friday. Now, there might be a late show tomorrow night, but it all depends. It all depends on everything. So I will make no promises. We'll let you know when I know. We're open for trading. Let's see what's going on here. Can you folks make some money today? That is the question. You deserve to make lots and lots of money in this market. Let's see if this market wants to give it to us today or give it to you. We're down at the moment, 305 on the Dow. Not a surprise there. Watch for updates here as we go through. We're down 47 points on the S&P. We're down 198 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's down 1.66%. It's the big loser. S&P down 1.1, and then the Dow's down 0.93. All right. On Target, let's take a look at Target. I think we're at 166.22 right now, down $49 a share, 22.7% to start the morning off. We seem to have had a range of 162 to 166.49 so far on Target stock. That's what I see here. I got the Dow right now down 318. I've got Home Depot down $7 at $294. We've got Smart Rent at $4.99 now, $5.05 up 9 cents. Excuse me, Smart Rent $5.05 up 5. We've got SoFi at $6.95 down a dime. The volume so far in SoFi 1.7 million. Early indications there. Matterport at $5.16, $5.18 down 3 cents. GameStop $94.98 down $5.39. AMC $12.67 down 23 cents. ATIP is down about 6 cents to $1.62. Rocket Lab, it seems to be indicating $5.18 down 47 cents right now. We'll see if that lasts. We've got Cyxtera down 26 cents. We've got ME at $2.94 down 7. Spire down 6 cents to $1.35. Pfizer down 16. We got Hewlett Packard down 73 to $38.89. We got Twitter down 28 cents to $38.04. We've got Carvana down 227. We have Robinhood down 20 to $9.86. Vanik Vectors at 236 down 344. IBM down $1.24 to 137. Microsoft 263 down $3. Apple down $2 to 147. Goldman Sachs down 427 to 308. Cisco down 33 cents to 50.27. Facebook down 244 to $200. Amazon down 66. Tesla down 14. Google down 27. So it's red. That's what we were expecting. We're down 332 on the Dow Jones right now. And we've got Home Depot down $9 to $291. Smart Rent holding again, 506, one of the only greens out there. SoFi down 4 to 701. That's looking very good today. Matterport only down 2 pennies. All right. GameStop 95.20 down 5.39. All right. Alert hit. GameStop down 5%, says Rob. Look at that. I wish I got into a call last night. He says, I heard Jen, good morning, says AW. John, dig out of the opening hole, SoFi, and let's get going. I agree. Matterport is up 4 cents. SoFi is unchanged. These three here, Smart Rent, SoFi, Matterport, they're either unchanged or they're up right now. The Dow down 312. Spire chart looking strange. John, you too, Spire. How about you going up? There you go. We're showing it right now down just 3 cents to 138. That's all it's doing. Now, I read something this morning about growth ETF funds. Growth funds are attracting capital. Investors have noticed how ETFs of growth companies are really off, like 40, 50%, like really big hits. A lot of these former SPACs are inside these funds. And so what's beginning to happen, it seems, is that these funds are attracting capital from people going, I'm happy to buy for 5 years at these prices. I want in because I've got a collection of a bunch of stocks in this ETF rather than just one stock. The ETFs get all this cash coming in. They've got to distribute it among the stocks they're holding. And they're buying SoFi, and they're buying Matterport, and many others out there, including our stock. And that is moving some of our shares a little bit higher, which is creating a bit of a secondary wave of interest into these stocks individually. So we'll take that as a good sign. Is it the big turnaround? Not yet, but there's an indication of capital coming in that wants to come into to this sector. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll see what's going on. Where are we at here on other stocks? I've got the Spire now at 140, down only a penny. We've got Smart Rent at 499, up 3. We're down 316 on the Dow at the moment, down 46 on the S&P, 165 on NASDAQ. GameStop 96.98 now, a little better, down 340. Matterport up a penny. SoFi at 706, up a penny. Smart Rent $5. AMC up 5 cents, just went green. ATIP down 4. ME down 6 cents. Spire down 1 penny. Wouldn't take much to turn these around. Twitter up 7 cents. I'm looking for green anywhere I can find it. BlackBerry up 6 cents. I got nothing else going green anywhere else right now. It's still a sea of red out there on the big markets, down 308 on the Dow Jones right now. This first half hour, I'm expecting a sell-off. It's just a question of how widespread is it, how deep is it, or is this just going to be a kind of a quick blip down and then we stabilize and then we attempt a couple of rallies and we have a mixed bag from here? Stick around, we'll watch more. All right. What else is going on here? Thank you. I work for Wendy's. Thumbs up number 192. Thank you guys for getting me to 200 thumbs ups this quickly already. Appreciate this. 194 are in, 6 away from 200, and we're going to climb through that, it looks like. Thank you for these thumbs ups. This is great momentum for this channel. And if you can hit that thumbs up button for me, please do. That is a beautiful thing. Thank you. We're down 323 on the Dow. Home Depot down 1124 to 289. I think we were at 310 yesterday morning. 311 maybe yesterday morning. That's a $21 haircut, $22 haircut since yesterday morning on Home Depot. Wow, what a pullback. Smart Rent $5, up 4 cents. SoFi 707, up 2. Matterport 525, up. GameStop down 351 now, 96.86. AMC up 17 to 1307. ATIP down 4 cents. Rocket Lab 528 down 38. Sixtera down 5 cents to 1275. ME down 6.5 to 294.5. Oh, ME now only down 4 to 297. Spire is unchanged, 141. Pfizer up a nickel. Hewlett Packard down $1.02 to 38.60. What else we got? Twitter down 31 cents. Carvana 175 lower. Robinhood unchanged. We got Vanek Vector down $3. IBM down $1.40. Microsoft down $3.68. Apple down $2.12. Goldman down $2.98. Cisco down 25 cents. We've got here we go. We've got Facebook down 229, Amazon down 58, Tesla down 14, Google down 24, Bed Bath Beyond down 55 cents, BlackBerry up 7, Royal Caribbean down to $1.15 to $62.77, Target down $54, 161.24. This is about the low, 161. 9.9 million traded. It's trading 11.4 times earnings, but those earnings are suspect. They're not going to be as high as thought. That's why the stock is dropping, because that PE multiple is probably higher. We just don't know for sure. There'll be expectations and guesses coming up shortly. JP Morgan down 75 cents. We've got Costco down $38 a share to $4.52. Yeah, that's near its low. And that is not its low of the year, by the way. $3.75 is the low of the year for Costco, a high of $6.12. Wow. Trading at 36 times earnings, and that's why this stock is backing off. Way too high PE multiple, and it's not expected to earn more money next year. It's expected to earn lower money next year, and that's why the stock's taking a hit now. So that's what's going on right here. Okay. HP down, but Allegiant Technologies up more than 1%, says Kiwi. How about that? NVIDIA down 460. Disney down 160 to 107. Don't mess with the mouse, Mr. DeSantis. American Airlines down 23 cents to 17.59. Netflix 185 down 5.55. Wow, still backing off. Moderna up 138 down 3.55 as well. Intel down 61 cents. Micron down 128. We got red all over, just everywhere. Now, the intensity of the sell-off. The Dow is off 396 points, probably the low of the day right now. Yep, 400 points. Smart rent up a nickel. SoFi at 702 down 3. 704 down 1 penny. Matterport down 1 penny. They're not giving it up very much here. GameStop 95.68. 470 is the loss on GameStop. AMC up 8 cents, 12.98. We're down 4 on ATIP, 5 cents on Sextera, 6 cents on ME, 1.5 on Spire. These stocks are doing very well in this environment. So any kind of a turnaround, any kind of a break even, we could have green on a lot of our stocks. Interesting how this is reacting. Let's see. Splair, yeah, I'm talking about Target, Target, the retailer. That's who I'm talking about. Target down now at $159.98, down $55. Yikes! Yeah, operating General Merchandise Stores is the company. Founded by George Draper Dayton in 1902, and they are headquartered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Target company, the Target retailer. Financials for the last several years. Gross sales in 2018, $72 billion. 2019, $75 billion. 2020, $78 billion. 2021, they got it to $93 billion. 2022, $106 billion. Gross sales. Big outfit, really big outfit. But when it comes to net income, they pulled in $2.9 billion back in 18, 2.9 in 19, 3.2 in 2020, 2021 4.3 billion. Last year 6.95 billion or lately, but now this is going to be faltering. This is going to falter, and that is the problem with the stock. The stock now is being sold off due to anticipated results over the next 6 months, 9 months. And yeah, not looking good. Even Lowe's shares are falling today. We're down 409, 413 on the Dow right now, under some pressure at the moment here. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Move over here. Nick is saying, I just watched class number 3 yesterday, and I had to try the aggressive strategy. So I bought SoFi June 3rd, 7 calls for 55 cents and the same puts for 51. I think my game plan is to get out mid next week, see what happens. Nick, also the classes are so much better than I could ever have imagined. The only drawback is you get to hear Uncle Bruce say how mad we all are that SoFi dropped to 15, how little we knew. Yeah. Coyote, I need GameStop to get back to 101. I ain't talking Dalmatians, say Jack. I know what I need here. Right on. 388 is the down dip on the Dow right now. Home Depot down 977. Smart Rent up 4. SoFi up a penny. Matterport down 6. GameStop 95.31 down 507 at the moment. AMC up 7 cents. There you have it. That's the indication right now. Looking at, let me see if I can take a peek at this here. Looking at interest rates out there, the 10-year note is showing 2.96%. That's a little lower because we were at 2.99 earlier today. So it's a little bit of an easing on the interest rate. As far as currency goes, the euro is at 105.3. That's down from 105.5 and 105.6. The pound is at 124 now. It's off today, almost a penny, 0.83 of a cent lower, giving back what it gained yesterday. So the pound is under some pressure. The European markets are negative by about a half a point to 3/4 of a point. And now here we are in America. We're off 1.2% for the Dow, 1.5 for S&P, and 1.8% on NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 215, S&P down 62, the Dow down 397. Oil up 96 cents a barrel to 113. Oil is up too much at this point, but it has backed off. Oil was not too long ago 115.21. It's 113.32. So there's a shift there on oil happening as we speak right now. There just seems to be some kind of a shift going on. Well, see how this all plays out. Okay, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Coyote Nick, my OG cost basis, original cost was 16, and I was so shocked when I got back into it. I thought I was safe. Splair, is it only me, or is SoFi really running against NASDAQ right now? Not your daddy SoFi. SoFi is got a little giddy up. Well, 7-Eleven. It's trading at 7-Eleven, up 6 cents. We got Smart right up 9 cents to 505. The Dow now down 403. Matterport still down 9 cents. GameStop down 458. AMC up 18. And we're down 2 on ATIP. 55 cents lost. No, 5.5 cents lost on ME. Spire down 1.5. Pfizer down 20. HP now only down 64 cents. It's coming back at the moment. That is what seems to be going on right now. 395 point drop on the Dow, with Home Depot down 10. Smart Rent up 9. SoFi up 8. There you go. We got mixed results, but some of our SPACs are okay compared to what this market is doing. They're hanging in there. I did read something else today. It was talking about how SPACs that have not done their vend-in, the SPACs that have not completed their merger with a private company, there are a bunch of those. I mean, like hundreds, and they are in trouble. Many of them are in trouble. The SEC has made it so difficult for these outfits to deliver a merger that I think what's going on is a lot of public companies or a lot of private companies, I should say, a lot of private companies that were thinking of going public have decided to hold off for now. They're just kind of going, whoa, look at this market. Look at the SEC coming down on these SPACs. I mean, the SEC rules are so onerous and they're so restrictive, and they make us write off all kinds of dollars, and it's just no way are we involved. We don't want to get involved with SPACs because of the SEC's hate for SPACs. And so I think a lot of private companies are beginning to say to themselves, the only way we're going public is if we ever did an IPO, or if we were acquired by an existing public company. Maybe we can do that, or we just wait a while. We'll just wait a couple of years. Which begs the question in my mind, what is it possible maybe that 100 SPACs will die on the vine, as they say? These SPACs will run out of time. The 2-year window will come and go. They will not have done their vend-in, and they must now refund the $10 a share to all PIPE investors and all investors that bought the underwriting, the $10 underwriting, no matter where they're trading at, Could a bunch of these SPACs give back $10 a share to all these investors? Now that brings me to this question. Just suppose that 100 SPACs can't make a deal and they all raised $100 million each at $10 a share from retail investors. They got to give that money back, cancel the shares, delist the companies, and everybody gets their $10 back. Now, anyone who bought and sold the stock up until now, you made money, you made money. You lost money, you lost money. But if you're a shareholder at the end of it, you get your $10 back. $100 million times 100 companies is going to be distributed back into investors' hands. So 10 of them is $1 billion. 100, that's $10 billion. What happens now if $10 billion comes out of lawyers' trust accounts and gets redistributed into the stock market, into investors' hands to reinvest or do whatever you want with? What will these people do with this money? I wonder. Will they turn around and buy shares in SPACs that did do their deals, like our SPACs? But they'll come in on, they'll come in at 170. They'll come in at $3, $4, $5, $7. They'll come into our SPACs at our pricing with $10 bills. They can buy way more shares than one for one. Or will they take the money and just put it into ETFs that are in growth funds that represent our companies? Or will they just put the money into the market wherever? Or will they just put the money in the bank? Who knows what, right? Here's another thing I wonder about. It's another thing I wonder about. If you should you invest money into a SPAC if it's trading at $8.50 where they haven't done their deal? And if they don't do their deal, you get $10 back, don't you? You make your $1.50 on an $8.50 investment, wouldn't you? Or what about this idea? You do buy a deal, a SPAC that's trading at $8.50. They haven't done their merger yet, right? They haven't done the merger. So you buy it at $8.50. They propose a merger. They prepare the proxy. All shareholders get would you like to vote to approve the merger? And you say no. You say, no, I want my $10 back. And you sell for 10. I wonder how many people might be doing that. And how many SPACs out there are trading at enough of a discount below 10 to attract this kind of investor? I wonder. I don't even know if that's even doable. Are most of these SPACs trading between $9.90 and $10.10? And they're not doing anything? Are they just sitting there and there really is no money in it? Like you might make a dime, like that kind of stuff. I was curious. Anybody have any thoughts on that? You let me know. I'm just talking to you in plain English about some ideas. Anyway, there you go. Uncle Bruce, over the past week or so, SoFi traction is gaining on CNBC. Yesterday was the Joe Terranova final trade, stating how oversold it was. This is good news. Agiotti, my cost basis was 16.01 for the longest time, at least until it dropped below 13. Rob, it's funny how Wall Street loves IPOs because they make bank. Then SPACs came along and subvert that, and now the SEC doesn't like them. Isn't that interesting how that worked? Nick, Uncle Bruce, I covered my initial salvo on all of my shorted stocks. Now nibbling for the run-up. Total profit so far, $7,700. My goal is to make at least 10 grand today. Beautiful job, buddy. Way to go. Nicely done. Vilmas just got my 610.22 GameStop 110 back. Now watch it drop to $5. How about that? Interesting. We got Rob Vilmas. How much did you make? Let's see. In less than 24 hours, says Rob. Vilmas sold for $9.85, bought back for $7.81. Vilmas about $203 after fees. Rob can't be mad with that for an overnight trade. It's always good to make a quick buck. It's nothing wrong with that. GameStop right now is 95.64, down 474. The Dow's down 434 at the moment. HD, Home Depot down 11. Smart Rent up 14 to 510. SoFi up 19 cents to 724. This is getting traction. There's no doubt about that. Matterport 532 up 11 cents. GameStop down 522. AMC up 30 cents. ATIP down 1.5. Rocket Lab down 57. Sixtera down 5. ME is up a penny now, 302. Spire down 1/2 of a cent. Wait, Spire just went flat. It's unchanged at 141. Fought our way back. We're getting some break evens and gains right now. Down 452 on the Dow Jones. And like I said, I'm curious about some of these SPACs. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Anyway, yeah, those of you who are trading options, way to go. Like I say, we're at 95.48. I don't know if this is the low on GameStop. The low of the day looks to be, what was that, $94. The high so far, 97.49, a very small range for GameStop. 95.39 seems to be reluctant to go lower. We're down 447 on the Dow, though, which is more than we gained yesterday, I think, interestingly. Watch for that. We'll follow that closely, obviously. Vilbus says, I'm not mad at all. Happy to pocket $2 quickly on a truck contract. That far out. Gaudy. GameStop feels like it's spinning its tires in the mud in the mid-90s. Pickcomb, here's a thought. How much does the current SEC policy tie up cash in the economy overall? Could this be a possible controller of money supply? Just a question, as everyone's worried by inflation. Yeah, Rob is saying to Coyote, almost wondering when it gains traction and takes off. Yeah, this whole thing about the SEC thing, I was just thinking, what if the average amount of money that SPACs raised was $200 million and there are 200 of them that are going to fail to make a deal? Well, isn't that $40 billion, 40 billion coming back into investors' hands? And that all these investors getting back this money are already in the market with something else. So aren't they just going to now reallocate that money into another investment, except that the money is going to go from, trust accounts back into the street, into active trading. This could have a profound impact on smaller cap stocks, because remember, if the investors in these SPACs are investors in a lot of SPACs that have been playing around with, and they're into SoFi, they're into Spire, they're into ATIP, and all the others that have made deals, a proportion of dough might find its way out of that 40 billion. Maybe, so many millions find their way into the stocks we follow. Don't you think that would raise the bar? Because obviously you bring in a couple of $1 million of buying power into ATIP right now at 170 something a share, 166. Don't you think that would pop it to 260 real quick? And if it did pop real quick, would that bring more money in? Because momentum breeds momentum. Wonder about that. This is something I'm curious about. And if I'm still conservatively short, and it's actually 300 companies out of the 600-700 that are out there that can't make a deal. If 300 companies each have to give back $250 million each, that's $75 billion. Isn't the math like really, really going crazy now? I mean, is that possible that we have, instead of 10 billion or 40 billion, we have 75 billion coming back into the market of the SPACs that are left? Think about that. That would be massive. Okay, just saying. I don't know. I just, There you go. Rob, Uncle Bruce, you can stop talking for a minute. Trying to go through my bank's IVR system and its voice-activated one, and you're setting off the wrong options. Go to another room, buddy. I'm not going to shut up. 94.59 on GameStop, down 5.79. Matterport 5.24 up, 5.25 up 4. SoFi 7.21 up 16 cents. SmartRent 5.07 up 11. Okay, well, we're down 4.67 on the Dow. Not looking good over there, but we're looking good on our stocks, aren't we? All of a sudden, AMC's up 23 cents. GameStop down 5.04. ATIP unchanged. Rocket Lab still down. It's down 64. Sixtera up, down 17. ME now down 2. Spire up a penny, 141. I mean, I wonder if 5 million shares of buying came into a bunch of our SPACs from all over the place as people were averaging down with all this cash that's being handed back to them. You got to wonder if our stocks, some of these could double or triple and get back into the sort of $6, $8 level, and just kind of within striking distance of 10 again. Interesting. I tell you, interesting. All right. Nick is saying, Uncle Bruce, I'm now buying TGT after it dropped 55. I think it'll come back up at least 10 for a day trade. This is my thinking. What do you think on Target? He is wondering if Target is going to give him an opportunity to do a day trade here on the long side. Well, I've seen craziness before. The low 159, right now 160. So you're certainly in the low neighborhood. You're asking for it to reach 170. It's only reached 168. But, your odds are better than they were when we opened. But we're now, what are we into? A half an hour into the market on Target here. So you're going to have to watch it very closely, my friend. But it's possible. There's probably a lot of speculators all around you with this thing. You've got a short. You got your trigger finger ready to go, so you're fine. But yeah, keep your eye on that. I just note that Walmart price targets are being cut, so are others. But hey, we're down. At the low of the market right now, I guess 400 and what are we off right now? 466. Not quite the low of the day, but awful darn close to it. So maybe, Nick, this might be the moment to get in there, grab some and pop them up, and don't be too greedy on big swings. Take $3-4 swings. Get in, flip out, short, flip back in. Maybe that way. But be on. You're gonna have to be on it. No question about that. Rob, whoever thought voice activated IVRs were a good idea should be taking it to another room. LL says, let's go SoFi. Yeah, indeed. We've got it at 741, up 36 cents. Larry, 6:30 a.m. bells work meetings should be illegal. How did you do this every day, Uncle Bruce? I'm temporarily shifting market hours to Pacific time. I'm in Portland, Oregon. How did you do this? This is insanity. Touch Grass says, woohoo, Duncan, a GameStop, GM, Coyote. What did I miss? Rob, 737 on SoFi. Rob, 740. Go, baby, go, baby. LL, $8 SoFi today. Maybe, just maybe, SoFi's popping, says Jennifer. SoFi going for those lowered price targets. Well, I could say 7 to 9 to 10. Let's go. 735 right now, up 30 cents on SoFi. Volume today on SoFi, 8.2 million, and it is up, up. Sure beats 485, doesn't it? Sure beats 510, 540, 555 a share, 595, 615, 630, 682. Isn't this great? 740. Yeah, we're coming on. Let's go. Matterport up 15 to 536. These SPACs did their deals. 510 on Smart ran up 14 cents. They're cash rich. They have no debt. Yeah, they're growing their cash flows. Yeah, AMC up 33. ATIP up 1.5 cents. 169. Bargoon on ATIP. Wow, Rocket Lab 508 down 58. Bargoon. Sixtera 1268. They're trying to cut a deal to be taken out. I don't know how, what, when, how, but it's at 1268. ME up 4.5 cents to 305.5. Bargoon. Richard Branson won't be happy here. It's going to go higher. Spire up 3 cents. 144 on your Spire, kids. Look at all those SPACs we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 8 are up right now. 6 of 8 that we follow are higher. And the Dow's off 459. That's the impressive thing about all of this. There's money coming into the growth ETFs. That's what's happening, apart from everything else. It could well be that institutional money is going into ETFs. And these guys are hauling in millions of dollars, and they have to reallocate it into the stocks they own. Well, some of them are right here. Matterport, SoFi, and others are being scooped up. Millions of dollars have to be invested. Must be. Interesting how this works. JJ says Amazon short setup. Pickle. I have a theory that the secret is to getting up in the morning is how many painkillers you forgot to take the night before. GameStop moving up a little bit too, says Vilbus, 96.36. That's right. It is. Been leveraging, Bama Bay, been leveraging down on SoFi for at least 9 months. The average now, my average, 870. I wonder what everyone's average is on SoFi here. I know a lot of us have been slowly lowering their average. Tell me, everybody, what is your average price on your SoFi? What are your averages on SoFi? How close are some of you getting to breaking even on your SoFi now? Because this has come up almost two something, 240 a share. Are you guys getting closer and closer and closer? Every nickel and dime, it just feels so much better, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Vilbus, summer up north is great. The sun is up super early, and so am I, says Vilbus. Rob, Bama Babe, and what a beautiful baby you have after 9 months. DH, I'm at 917. Look at that. DH, Ruda. You're getting within striking distance here. John, great average, Mama Babe. John, I'm 1121 over here. Cindy, I'm in 1068 on 1500. Vilbus, I got 3100 at 975. Cam, I'm at 1333. Computer Whiz, 1067 average. Bama Babe, Rob, you are right. Coyote, minus 922. Splayer, 6.8 actually on 320 units. Coming on, man. It's coming on. 740 on SoFi, up 35 cents. And when it accelerates faster. It parabolically runs 742, bringing you guys right into your zones here. You're getting closer. We're at 1052, Bruce. We're coming. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. It's beginning to happen. 744 on SoFi right now. Another 2 pennies. Joe, 17,000 shares, 866. You can taste it. $1.22 away. Every penny, $170 a penny coming your direction. You gotta love this. I love it. What's up with the volume on SoFi? I win. Oh wait, shoot, says Cam. LL got this from Reddit. SoFi Singapore granted financial services licenses required for offering investment products. Hello. Caesar, 850 SoFi on 1900. Yeah, baby. Way to go, you guys. This channel here, we got stock in SoFi at good prices. We've traded now 9.7 million. Interestingly, 9.7 million up 35 cents. 50 million share volume today. Will we be up over $1? That's what I'm talking about. We're gapping out now. This desperate get me out of the stock game is over. That's past now. We have get me into the stock, desperately get me into the stock. We're going up $1 a day or more. Let's go. GameStop is running, says Rob. I love when Rob says that. 98.81 down 157. It's going to push 100. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. We're coming on GameStop. Vilbus, SoFi is the heavyweight in my portfolio. It's fun to see how much my overall value goes up and even a modest SoFi movement. Not your daddy SoFi, 770 on SoFi, baby. Yeah, man, 742 right now. Mama Babe SoFi is coming to us. Sweet baby Jesus. 8 pounds, 6 ounce, sweet baby Jesus. We're coming our way. Spire having a nice morning too. Nick, I'm having 3,100 here. I have 3,100 at 11.59, putting 50% of my paycheck not used on bills into SoFi until it hits my average. There it is. Sean and Wendy, Bama Babe, our average is 995. We're coming on. 743, and it's climbing 38 cents today. Smart Rent 508 up 12. Matterport 538 up 17. AMC up 52 cents, helping GameStop 98.06 down 230 now. ATIP up 1.5. Rocket Lab coming on. It's only down 46 cents. Sixtera down 7 now, coming back. We've got ME up a nickel, 306, and Spire up a nickel, 146. We're climbing on some of our stocks here. We're still down 473 on the Dow. SoFi said Z Estate says 6,000 at $13. Larry, 770 on SoFi. Not your daddy SoFi. Within 25% of my cost basis on my SoFi, baby. Rob, got to help the markets, folks. Let's get the nights out going here. Neat. Jennifer, SoFi 996 average. Not your daddy SoFi. Feels great, huh, Larry? Bama Babe. Neat. Zed. Neat. John. Neat. Larry. Neat. The attack. of the Knights of Neat has begun. Sean and Wendy, God is amazing. Neat, 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 neat. Can't stop this market now. Here come the Knights of Neat, and they are telling the markets, you will go higher. SoFi, you will go to 750. You will then go to 775. You will then go to $8, and you shall flourish from there. Bring us elderberries. I love it, you guys. I love it. Here we go. Bama Babe. I just love being in this group. DQ, I just got back. Neat. LL. Neat, 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 neat. That's right, kids. We are going higher. We're on fire. SoFi 741. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. SoFi average $12. Rock and roll. SoFi is coming back. It is working. It's working hard. The Dow's off 497. It's down, but SoFi, SmartRent, Matterport, AMC, ATIP, ME, Spire, all higher. They're all up right now. I think they're going to keep going. Maybe not necessarily this second, but they're definitely going higher. Rob, this is so much better than working. I went from 1586 to 1131 on my original, from my original $25 to finally get to 100 shares. Right on. BW 3,500 SoFi with a 1065 average. Hope to be in the nines by the end of the month. Rock and roll, baby. 742 on SoFi, up 37 cents. That's 5% today. Yeah, baby. Yeah, it's happening. Up 16 on Matterport, 538. SmartRent, 517, up 21. Let's go. I bought too much IPOE at IPOE prices, says Vilbus. Larry, there's nothing like a good neat attack to start the morning. Adventures Duncan, let's bring on the Bears. Olivia, neat. There's another neat. There you go. Karim, neat, neat, neat. Rob, IPO always made me think of IHOP. Coyote, I know these months have been rough, but think about how we are all positioning ourselves well for the future. Exciting to think about this. So many of you now have averages well under $12 when the stock was 25, 15, 18, 25. We're down, way down here. SoFi gives us a run to 12, 15 bucks. And man, everybody on this channel will pretty well be in the chips big time. And then when you start writing options and you're bringing in $1.50 for like a month, or bringing in $2 for a month of your time, on these averages you've managed to put together, these returns are phenomenal. They're going to be phenomenal coming away, no matter what they do with a rollover or split. It doesn't matter. You guys are going to just make a bucket of money here. This is the key here. Smoke Dong, Vilbus, me too. I'm still 976 on ME. Vilbus, exactly, Coyote. Nick, average on 13,000 SoFi, 796. It's 739 right now, baby. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm at 1204 on ME. Laughing out loud, says Vilbus. Olivia, patience will pay. Bruce's chat is going to be rolling in it in a few years. Jennifer, I agree. Coyote, Vilbus, I haven't felt the urge to throw money into ME for a while. LL, if SoFi hits 8 today, Uncle Bruce will be gaining one new gold bagel member here. Let's go. There you go. That's what it's all about. Just moving this market. 741 here on SoFi. We know the company's growing. We know they're adding clients like crazy. We know that they're now piling the cash in. They're bringing. I hear it's 100. What was it? 100 million a week of cash is coming into SoFi's accounts. $100 million a week of cash from depositors. A week. That's $5 billion a year pace to lend out to invest. Like, wow, this is great. These prices have been tempting me to get back into ME. Computer was ME 1,207 shares, 917. Come on, babies. Let's roll these stocks. SmartRent up 21 to 517. SoFi 745 up 40 cents. The high today, 747. 11.3 million traded on SoFi, going higher. Matterport 537 up 16 cents right now. Volume today on Matterport 1.18 million. Volume, by the way, on SmartRent today 357,000, and it's up 20 cents. So showing you how thin it is. GameStop 97.16 down 322. AMC up 69 cents to 13.58. ATIP 169 up a dime. Volume 39,000 shares. Just unbelievable. Rocket Lab, 512, still down 50 odd cents a share. The low was $5. It's now 514 on 2.3 million. On Rocket Lab to go. Cyxtera up down a dime at 1270. ME up 6 cents to 307 on 264,000. It's going straight up right now. Would appear to be. Come on, let's go. 307 up 6. Spire 145 and a half up 4.5. 208,000 volume on Spire. Let's go Spire. So let's see. Let's see if this trend continues on. 461 is the loss on the Dow. We were down 500-ish. See what's going on here. Smoked Dog, I'm going to start throwing in some cash. Each share in these prices knocks down my average by about 5 cents, and it's so cheap now. Alexander, 2 out of 3 trading accounts are actually in the green right now. The biggest one only slightly down. What a change to the day. Rob, by the way, did anyone actually look at the compensation for the new COO of GameStop? $200,000 a year with an additional $3.4 million over the next couple of years. Clearly, it's a failing retailer, says Rob. Vilbus, Gaudy, I wish I had the tiniest idea of what they were doing. Duncan, I'm almost embarrassed to say what my average is. Is smart. John, 750 is the next barrier we need to push through. Come on, SoFi, 744 right now. Alexander, so Walmart down 15% last couple of days. Tempted to just buy and hold and write covered calls. Swiss, SoFi, 1,600 shares, 711 average. He's up on his SoFi. He's in the green, and it's getting greener. You got to love this. Folks, you guys are in for a wonderful ride. I'm certain of it. I feel it. There's better days, and these companies are growing. Smart Rent, they're growing. SoFi, growing. Matterport, growing. Yeah, definitely all growing. Cash rich, no debt. Yep, there's better conditions. 744 on SoFi, 540 on Matterport, 515 Smart Rent. ATIP up 1. Come on, ATIP. Let's go. ME up 7.5 to 308.5. We're up a nickel on Spire, climbing again. These stocks, just a little here, a little there. Every day, just keep pouring it on. Thank you very much, DQ gang. Looking to crowdsource options. Hold Cisco $50 calls. I wrote a while back that expire Friday. Earnings is after the close today. Hold them through the earnings or rollouts. Cisco 50.05. What to do? Well, if you hold it and it delivers, you're a happy guy. But if you hold it and it doesn't, there you go. Rob, so tempted to write on SoFi with this run. SoFi 2000 at 1088 is my average. Duncan, good thumbs up there, bud. Rob, Bruce, talk me off the ledge. I'm about to write calls on SoFi. I would be careful because we have breakouts beginning to show here. Like you guys were saying, they're now talking about it on CNBC as a oversold stock, negative, the negative bias is way overcooked here. The stock is moving, which is bringing in more buyers, which will keep moving it higher. But, you can write 8s, 8.5s, 9s, depending on what series of contracts you're looking at writing on. You just have to be on top of it. Got to be very careful to watch. The Dow's up 450 points and SoFi is up 38 cents. Like, are you kidding me? This is pretty good. What if the Dow was up 450 points? Would these things be up $1 right now? And what if the Dow recovers later today to break even? Could SoFi be 775, 785 this afternoon? Maybe pushing 8 tomorrow. I don't know. I like the upside. Anyway, Rugayotti, Rob, I wrote. WD, 300 shares, SoFi, 689 average. Duncan, Smart at 492, baby. Zed, Rob, oh my Don. Coyote, are you up on it now, DQ? If it's at your profit percentage, you're happy with it, I'd buy it back and hope for a good ER to write again. Pick nose, tempted to buy more SoFi. Try not to on an up day. Zed, Rob, I know how you feel. Rob, what did you write? Pick nose, I don't have a quantity that's well divisible for the reverse split. DQ, go to note down a bit. Earnings whisper is propping up the premium. Not your daddy. SoFi says GameStop needs to touch 102 for just a split second today to make me happy. 97.88 down 250 on the GameStop. Vilbus, I just hate to average down and weather all these storms only to finally write a SoFi right before it moves up. There's the thing. And when it breaks, we have a 250 day in one day. Look out. Rob, looking at $8 for June 3rd, currently around 3 cents each or 30 cents each. Rob had a day low of 11. Duncan, buy the paper. There's your other strategy right there. SoFi 740 up 36 cents. Smart Rent up 18. Matterport up 18. GameStop down 313. Amazon, AMC up 83 cents. The Dow down 461 right at the moment. That's where we're at right now. We're pounding away here, watching these markets. Noticing ATIP has moved up a penny today. We've noticed Rocket Lab is still down 47, but that's up about 18 cents from its low. Sixter is only down 9 cents. ME now up 9 to 310. Spire 146.5, up 5.5 cents, climbing a little more. That's it. Pfizer down 56 cents. Hewlett Packard down $1. Twitter down 67 cents. We got Robinhood 1026 up 20 cents. If Robinhood can go up 20 cents, SoFi can go up more. Vanik Vector's down 173. That's climbing back. IBM has climbed back a little bit, down 174. Microsoft down 530. Apple down 333. Goldman down 239. It's a little better than this morning. Cisco at $50 even, down 60 cents. Facebook 266 lower, 199.96. Amazon off $87. Tesla down 5, and Google down $42. So we have a ways to go yet on this market, but we might have bottomed out here around 500. This might be it. 452 down on the Dow right now. SoFi 748. That's a new high. 748 is the high of the day on SoFi right now. 12.7 million traded on your SoFi. 750 is in the wheelhouse. There's a resistance level there, but if we break through it, 760, 770, 775 is next. Look out. We could be going there. 748 on SoFi right now. Man, oh man. Nick says, Bruce, Uncle Bruce, I'm shorting Roblex again today. John, this is the push through 750 right now. John thinks about 200 shares SoFi, 1389, 100 Smart Rent, 444. I got averages here. Right on, you guys. Way to go. 516 up 20 cents on Smart Rent. I think that's near the high of the day too. 2 cents away from the high of the day. 387,000. SoFi 746. 746. Matterport 542. The high of the day 543. We're pushing the highs of the day on all three stocks right now. AMC up 112 to 1402. 112 gain on AMC up to 1402. Look at your GameStops. 98.73 down $1.65. Coming back. Look at that. Oh boy, Duncan Toto holding the line. Nazareth AMC running over 14 now. Dragging GameStop with it. That's it, Dave. My SoFi shares might actually get called away. Oh my. 746 on SoFi, up 41 cents. Oh boy, this is interesting. We're up a dime on ME now. We're up a dime. Up 6 on Spire. Keep it coming, guys. Just keep it coming. Okay. Love to see Spire over $1.50, says John. Jennifer, come on, AMC, push it. Let's go. 116 gain, 1406, 99.42 on GameStop. We're down only 96 cents. This is the high of the day, or just about. I think we're just about the high of the day here. Very close to the high of the day on GameStop. 99.84 has been the high here, and I think we're just about there. Interesting. 94 for the low, 99.84 for the high on GameStop. Okay, 453 point drop on the Dow. 747, 745, 748 on SoFi. That's kind of the neighborhood we're at right at this moment. Okay. Grits. Sorry, I'm late, Bruce. Can you tell me a few words what's going on with SoFi? Any news? It's being talked about by analysts and on CNBC as oversold, way overreacted. The company is on fire, growing leaps and bounds. Market likes it. Rob, okay, I'm putting in stupid stink offer for those 8s on SoFi. If it's really running up, then it should hit. At least I'll be happy with the premiums. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Odin's Pumpkin, I bought my covered call on SoFi. First thing this morning, I bought my call. Bama, SoFi, you make mama proud. Rob, I figure I'll take the risk only if the premiums are stupid. Duncan, SoFi average 792. Yeah, baby. Alexander, $373 more, and all accounts are green. Woot woot. JL, Mark 2K IPOE 1671. The disadvantage of not dollar cost averaging. Oh well. Vilbus, glad I got my GameStop cover call back this morning around the low. There you are. GameStop 98.95 down 143. SoFi 742 right now. Rob moved to Florida, laughing out loud. There you go. Interesting run. Where's my idiot nephew today? Where's he been the last couple of days? I haven't heard from him the last couple. Alberto, where is my man Alberto? Is he on a trip of some kind? Is he in purgatory? What's going on with him? He better be around. Because he's going to be smiling on his SoFi today. He's going to be smiling on Smart Rent. He's going to be smiling on Matterport. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, there you go. Wasn't he on a cruise? Rob wants to know. Wasn't he on a cruise? John, Alberto is in Alaska on a cruise, Uncle Bruce. He's up there. Well, all right. Odin's Pumpkin, 1165 cost average for my SoFi with 226 shares. Right on, Odin's. It's coming your way. Every penny, it's coming, baby. Not going to stop now. Alberta has so much SoFi. He probably can buy the cruise ship by now. Well, we all like to have, rich friends. Like, cheers. Way to go. I bet you he's walking around that ship talking to all kinds of people about Uncle Bruce. So what do you do? Do you invest in the markets? You're losing money. Oh, God, you should be watching Uncle Bruce. Come up to me. Let me show you. I got an internet package. Let's watch them together. Right on. He's got to convince the cruise line to put me on the big screen by the pool. Then we can all hang out together. Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing there in Alaska? Is it all right? Welcome to Uncle Bruce's show, Plain English, I put in an application to be Alberto's new nephew, says Coyote. Coyote, he's going to owe us a cruise, says Duncan. Oh, my. Where are we at now? The Dow still down 463, down 65 on S&P, down 189 on NASDAQ. All three indexes are almost equal. The Dow's down 1.4, NASDAQ down 158, and S&P down 1.6. So we might be reaching an inflection point here where the markets turn the other direction because we've all we're just as bad off as the other guy is. There's no leader taking us lower. So we may have a bit of a recovery here. Watch for that. See if this happens. In Uncle Bruce we trust. Wi-Fi is just SoFi. It's like SoFi. I might have missed it. Did Uncle Bruce talk about Tesla being dropped from the S&P 500 yet? Listening on low volume due to sleeping kids. Haven't heard of this. SoFi over 750 and our Spire over 150 is this libation target for today. Any takers, asks John. LL is saying, come on. Guy, you've been on the cruise yet? Jen, is it possible that you could grab me a yogurt? I would love me a yogurt to tie me through a little longer. We are now down. Preference? Whatever one you're not having. Okay. If you're having one.
What if I'm not having one? Do you want
then I'll take both of them. I'll take one of each. Mm-hmm. Sure. But whatever. Where are we at right now? Smart Rent 515, SoFi 746, Matterport's 542, up 21. Go baby, go 97.40 on GameStop. Trying to get back to 100. Trying. It's been doing little peaks in here. It's trying.
Here's a couple of peaches.
Ooh,
little peach.
Thank you, Auntie Jen, Auntie Jen. Oh man. So peachy. Oh, he's so peachy, this guy. Thank you all for hanging out with Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen today. Bruce has to have a little bit of yogurt here to get him through. It's now
growling noises.
3:28. 3:28 in the afternoon. Where should we go for dinner tonight, Jen? We have to figure this out. The Dow down 494. Hmm. 746 on SoFi. Oh my. Mm. Oh, hello, Jen from John Anderson. I just bought 5 shares of NVIDIA, said Larry, I could go for a yogurt too. Duncan, I have fake vaccination passport ready to travel, he says. Oh, no. Good morning, Jen from Larry. Rob, a yogurt time with Uncle Bruce. DQ. Uncle Bruce, by the way, the MacBook Pro I ordered in March that was pushed back to late June just shipped from Shanghai, delivering next week. Wow. Finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heading for Pittsburgh. Unreal. Oh boy. Larry, afternoon. I don't know anymore. Time is hard. Yeah, 3:29 here in London right now. The Dow down 541. Smart right up 18 to 514. SoFi 744 up 39. Matterport 539 up 18. GameStop 9604 down 434. AMC up 76, 1366. BW says Alberta's not on a cruise. He said screw it and went to Alaska to just buy the gas pipeline outright with the SoFi gains. Even with these penny moves, he's going to solve the gas crisis. Booyah, Alberta. Nick, Uncle Bruce, my theory is right on TGT. It is slowly coming back up. Right on, buddy. Jason, it's Uncle Jen and Auntie Bruce. I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Slaps forehead. John, what's up with what's a flat spoon? Might as well use a fork. Well, it's it's free at the store.
That's the spoons they have.
That's what I got. Welcome to Stock Markets with Uncle Jen and Auntie Bruce. Let's call Alberta on the cruise, says Duncan. Let's give him a call. Sean, good afternoon, morning to Auntie. Good afternoon and morning to Auntie Jen from Sean. And God is amazing.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah. Mm. Bruce is flat spooning it, says Bama Babe. He's just trying to get by. Poor Bruce. The man is hungry. One down. The Savior says, my average on SoFi, 3,000 shares at $12.16 a share. And every penny is a good direction for this to keep going. Don't we all think so? 744 on SoFi with a 537-point drop on the Dow. That is how well SoFi is performing today. Up 39. Go SoFi, go. Keep it running. Rob, all right, folks, you guys have a nice day. Have a great afternoon, evening. I'll be an Andy Jen safe travels tomorrow. Rob, if I don't see you later today, we'll see you on Friday. All right, Spur, is this an Activia yogurt? Aren't they making a mess with that flat spoon? Bama, my mama would flat spoon me when I was bad as a little girl. Kirsten, Uncle Bruce, you can get bagels pack of 6 at Sainsbury, not the one we're going to. They're empty. Jennifer, ouch, Bama, DQ, Bama. So like all the time? Duncan, wow, he's ready to write some juicy. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, $290 is the blast price of Home Depot. It's down $10. The Dow's down 543. Smart Rent is at 512, up 16. SoFi 744, up 39. Matterport 538, up 16 cents. GameStop 96.74, down 360, down 355 now. Okay. John Bickman, a lot of broken spoons at my house. Whoops. Whoa.
We were rural. A lot of broken spoons. Well, not broken, but spoons went down the outhouse.
Yikes. Mm. Not easy being green. 4'8" YouTuber walks into a bar. Ooh, that really hurt. Like that one? There we go. They are done. Terrific. I'm happy to report this cold is going away. The nose is clearing out. The chest is much better. No headache, no fever. We are just about through this thing, and we hope this just keeps improving. We'll see how Jennifer does. We're crossing our fingers about how she's going to do, but
Yeah.
So far I'm coming around. Tonight, well, yes, this evening in North America, the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers will begin
The Battle of Alberta.
the Battle of Alberta in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the two rivals. And it will be very difficult for us to be sleeping early this morning here,
Yeah.
knowing we have to get on a train ride, but also knowing that our beloved fellows will be trying to hold up their end of the bargain here. It's going to be a tough one, but we'll do the best we can. Let's see. Cam, Bama Babe, my mom used the wooden spoons as well. Would get us as we ran up the stairs. I still shudder when I hear the cutlery drawer open.
PTSD on cutlery.
The PTSD. Oh no. Bama Babe, I'm not sure which is more exciting, watching SoFi go up or catching that 10-pound fish yesterday. I don't know what's more exciting. Jason, Uncle Bruce, how many neat will it take to get SoFi over 750? Bama Babe, Cam, that is called PTSD. Vilbas, my mom likes to tell the story of finding a wooden spoon buried in the yard when doing some planting one day. Dave, the Mac guy, I'm running off for 4 or 5 hours sleep nightly, do the playoffs. Let's go Oilers. I was at the Oilers game 7 win. I still can't hear properly. Coyote, some spoons leave scars that never fully heal, says Coyote. Sean and Wendy, great news. I heard great things about former SPACs. I believe it was Jim Cramer a couple trading days ago last week. He said most will be fine because they have plenty of money on hand. Wow, it's what you say, Uncle Bruce. So let's see, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Uncle Bruce, what should be a nice stink offer for the June 17 110s or even 120s ahead of the market? That's right. The stink offer is what we were talking about here. I think, 95, 94 right now in the stock. So we gotta, see if we get any kind of a rally here. If the Dow and the S&P and the Nasdaq, if they want to have a little calm down here, which they might, we have a little bit of a rally coming in that could move things perhaps to the 100 level or a little higher, maybe. Wouldn't it be great if GameStop did reach 102, 104? Then our friend Beach Boy here can be looking at 110s, maybe 120s, but those June 17 110s could bring in a real nice premium. But right now we gotta let the stock meander here. It's doing its thing, 95.89. It's not falling off the end of the earth. It's not rising to new heights. It's just going through its motions as this market is trying to figure out what it's up to. Only 1 million traded on GameStop, so nothing much happening. So I think we just wait, Beach Boy. see if the shares get a bit stronger, because when you write that call, you want to bring in a fat premium and be well rewarded for it, obviously. So let's see what the stock does from here. 535 is the down dip on the Dow. 740 last trade on SoFi. Go SoFi. My grandma favored the fly swatter, says Computer Whiz. Let's see. What else is happening here? Bama Babe. Oh, the fly swatter. Those things are nasty. Yeah, those are nasty. Oh my. SoFi 740, up 35 cents now. The volume on SoFi today, 16 million shares, and we're doing okay. Holding, kind of plateauing here at the moment, and we're watching this market down 531 on the Dow right here, right now. All right. See what happens. So the schedule today is I'm on the air now. I will be off the air until the last hour of trading, which is 3 o'clock Eastern. I'll be on again. We'll get the last hour through together. Tomorrow, Thursday, is a travel day for Jennifer and I. So the morning show will not happen. It's a question of whether I can do the evening show. I think I can. It's a question of just getting into the hotel and setting up. So bear with us. There could well be an evening show tomorrow night from Edinburgh. We'll let you in on that, and then we'll be up on Friday. We'll do our 2 shows Friday, and then we'll be back for Monday. Yeah, and Monday will be from Amsterdam. So yeah, a few moves here. Let's see. Let's see here. Bama Babe. I believe the world would be a better place if family used more wooden spoons and fly swatters. Just my opinion. Coyote. In Louisiana, every Cajun had a fly swatter hanging on the wall somewhere. And yeah, they'd use it. Sean and Wendy. Baba Babe. My mama used her bedroom shoe. It didn't really hurt when I think about it now, because it was the bedroom shoe, but then I was terrified, laughing out loud, terrified. Larry, I got the switch for punishment. Computer was, I only got spanked once and remembered not to do that again, laughing out loud. It looks like SoFi would get ready for a soft dip before we break 7.5 and then run near $8 barriers as Splur. Duncan wants to know what's happening with Alexander today. Sean and Wendy, Larry, I was the baby and my mama's favorite, so I got the light stuff. Cindy, my mom had the hairbrush. Oh, VW, I don't know why we all hated wooden spoons. Eventually our asses got so callous that it was no longer a bad behavior deterrent. Instead, they robbed us of our lives by switching to being grounded. Larry, and I had to break my own branch off a tree. If I picked one too small, Grandpa would go pick one that was guaranteed to hurt the most. Oh, no. Coyote, I fear no man, but a leather belt, it terrifies me. The credits average. Good morning, my fellow simpletons. And Governor Bruce, Singapore has given SoFi the green light to do business there. Oh, baby, I'm at work and can seldomly get on, but news worth sharing. That's right, Credit Savage. Hang in there, buddy. Make some bucks and get out of there. Alexander, hi, Duncan. Just grinding on. Got both kids for a few hours, starting to lunch. So lunch will be the rest of my day. Where are we at now? Still down 528 on the Dow. Smart Rent at 510, up 14 cents. SoFi 743, up 38. Matterhort's 541, up 20. GameStop 96.45, down 393. All right, we're still waiting to see if this market wants to do any kind of recovery. It's got time. We'll see what goes on here. Coyote, Larry, my grandparents would do the same thing. Make us go get switches. It's like a punishment from the Victorian era. Credit Savage, my mom's sandals had GPS on them. I swear.
It's like, what's your name? Ghostbusters. was it Zool?
Zool.
You had to choose your punishment.
Choose your punishment. It just popped in there. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I just picked the best punishment.
What's cooking, Wendy? I had a wise mouth, so I got slapped a lot until I dodged my mom's hand, and then all bets were off. Babe, one time Mom picked up the closet thing she could find, and it was my Barbie doll. That poor doll lost her head. Coyote, I'll take yours and then send you photos. Oh no. Sean, Larry, my grandma used the switch. I broke it on the way in, so it only worked once or twice. It was her favorite too. Bama Babe Barbie was an innocent bystander. I remember the last time my mom tried to hit me. I was about 15 and a half, and I had just shot up about 8 inches in height, and I was now quite a bit taller than my mother. And there was a disagreement between her and I. It was I think it was a Wednesday, and the neighbor had called during the day while I was at school and had asked if it would be possible for me to babysit their children Friday night, which I had done before. But I had plans Friday night, and my mom didn't know. But my mom said, "Oh, I'm sure he can do it. It'll be fine." So I came back from school, and my mother proudly informed me that my plans for Friday night were I'm going to babysit the neighbor's kids because she said it would be okay. And I went, "Oh, no, Mom, I don't think that's no, that's not going to happen." My mother was not happy with this because now it was sort of embarrassing that her assuring the neighbor that this wouldn't be a problem now all of a sudden didn't look good. And I stuck to my guns, and I was saying to my mom, I go to school Monday to Friday. That's my job. And Friday night, Saturday night, if I want to babysit, I won't babysit, but I'm not going to do it because you told them I would. It's a question to me, not to you. Well, she didn't like that answer, and she was going to give it to me. And she tried to hit me, strike me with her hand, but she had to reach way up high. And I kind of went, Mom, just stop that.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Mom, this is over now. We'll talk it out, okay? We'll talk it. So she said, "Well, you'll have to tell them." I said, "I will tell them, and I will talk to them, and I will let them know that you didn't know that I had plans, and it'll be fine." And I went over there personally, and I said, "I'm sorry to say I can't do it." This was Wednesday. They had plenty of time to find someone else, and they did. But I was the preferred choice this time around. And I babysat future times for them. It was all right. But that was the last time my mom tried to get up there. And really, to tell Dad to whoop me on this one was going to be a stretch, because I think my dad would have looked at her and said, "What are you doing? He's almost 16 years old, and you're telling him to go babysit people's kids? No. Let's not do that to the boy." And so, and I think the last time my dad gave it to me, it must have been 14, maybe 13. And whatever it was, I deserved it. But it was the last time. And I think we talked about it shortly after that. He said to me, "I have a feeling that might have been the last time I'm going to ever have to do that." I said, yeah. Because from here on out, other punishment would be just as deadly without having to be physical about it. But as my father, as I mentioned the other day, moms and dads get older. And in my dad's case, he was beginning to have heart problems. And he could not get riled up and, take over get the belt and hit everybody. I mean, those days are over. Now it was words. It was words, and those are much more deadly than blows. If you're listening, in any event, I listened. Oh, those are the days, kids. Those are the days. Oh my gosh. Oh no, he even knows the day of the week this happened. Yeah, that was a life-changing punishment. Larry, I'm in my late 30s and my mother still tells me I'm not too old to get a beating.
That's right. Never too old.
Baba, yeah, as I got older, my parents let me choose my punishments: switch, spoon, belt, shoe, or the headless Barbie doll. Kev is saying, you can probably outrun her now, Larry. You can outrun her. Oh, God. Baba Babe, I cannot watch scary doll movies to this day. PTSD. Oh, Sean and Wendy, Baba Babe, my cousin would take the head off my Barbie dolls I slept with. I wake up terrified and crying. Never bought Barbies for my kids. Never.
So instead of waking up with the horse's head, someone else woke up with the head.
Larry
She woke
Titus.
up with the body.
Larry Titus says, "Run. That earns you double beating
That's
and a
right.
loss of the rights to the adult
make me
table at
come
Thanksgiving.
get ya."
Oh, you don't dare run. You stand and take it like a man."
Don't make me come get you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh jeez. Yeah. I remember another turning point was I was about 14 or 15, and at that time, my mom and dad had we had a guest in the house, a permanent guest in the house, which was an old friend of my father's, and we referred to him as Uncle Harry. He was an old buddy of my dad's, and he was a year or two younger than my father. And Uncle Harry was a bachelor all his life, and he was in really good condition, like never an overweight guy, and so strong guy. And one night at the dinner table, the bravado talk about well, when you're strong enough, you too can do that. And I said, oh, I can take you down anytime you want. You want to do a race, I can outrun you. And Uncle Harry says, you think you can outrun me? I said, sure. You want to do a 100-yard dash? I'll take you on right now. And we were on. He says, well, I'll tell you what, when you're serious, you lay down a bet on the table and we'll go from there. And I said, I'll be right back. And I went downstairs to my precious little hoard of money that I was saving up. And I found a $10 bill. In those days, those were purple in Canada, these $10 bills. And I came upstairs, and my father was sitting at the head of the table. Harry was sitting over here. My mom's sitting over there. And I came up to the table, and I slammed this $10 bill on the table. I said, $10 right now, you're on. Let's go. My dad looked and went, well, the challenge has been made. Are you going to take him up on it? Well, all right, we're going for a run. So we had to go down to the high school, which next door to us, just down the street. Went to the track, went to the head of the race, and my sister was at the finish line, and my dad was the starter. And we were to run a 100-yard dash, and I was terrified. I was terrified. I sure hope I beat this guy. I got $10 on the line. And of course, there's all the chatter, all the chat, all the way down there. We're getting all the chat. We get to the line, and my dad says, "Ready, set, go." And the first 10 yards, we were tied. And then it turned, and I pulled away. And by the time I got to the 50-yard line, I was 10 yards ahead. And when I finished, I was 30 yards ahead. And it wasn't close. And so that was the end of that. That's the last time my uncle ever challenged me on a something like that. And I got my money. I got my $10. That was a turning point. You don't forget those. But oh man, I was saying to myself, legs, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. All the phys ed running I had to do. Come on, man. Let's go. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see here. What's going on here? Degody. Baba Babe is going to be at therapy getting asked, and is this headless Barbie doll in the room with us right now?
Can you see it?
Can you see it? Oh, no. Yeah, Uncle Harry was told, put up or shut up. That's right. Oh, no. Obama babe, thank God I only birthed 2 boys. Never had to worry about buying them Barbie dolls, and I never spanked them with their GI Joes. Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce. I sold $35 SoFi. I sold 35 SoFi $15 covered calls for January 23 strikes, and my stink asks were 57 cents, and they were triggered. Now it's backing off, and I have a stink bid at 47 cents. Hopefully, a cool 350 for the day. Yay! Right on 750 though on SoFi. 752 right now is the stock price. High of the day, 752. It's right here on 18.5 million. SoFi has broken 750. We're up to 520 on Smart Rent. We're up to 554 on Matterport, up 32 cents. The Dow's still down 553. Coyote, Uncle Harry should have kneecapped you in the first 10 yards. Missed opportunity. Uncle John's going, that's a fun memory, Uncle B. Sean and Wendy, Obama baby, you get the Mom of the Year award. Obama babe, nightmare. I know this DQ. Oh my gosh. It's not done with the 750 barrier. I don't think so either. Michael, at a party, my uncle bet my friend $50 to eat a stick of butter. He ate it and then didn't pay. Oh my God. Well, I put the money on the table and I said to my dad, you get the 10 off of him and you're the arbiter. You're the one paying out because he's going to pay if he loses. No way are you going to welch out of this. And he did it. I got paid. Oh gosh. Cindy, a question with head down. Yes, I sold SoFi covered calls for this Friday, 650 and 7. Should I roll or suck it? Suck it and buy it back. What should I do? Well, you can always do a rollover. I mean, obviously, if the shares, right now they're 752, up 46 cents. Keep an eye on them here. If they back up a little bit, you can scoop your calls back and then, write maybe 8s and 850s or 9s. You can always play that game. John, don't look now. We're over 750. Oh, gosh. WD says, my mom would get angry and say, I would hit you, but I know I wouldn't stop until my hand got tired. My wife has a doll in a little rocking chair. I tied it to that chair, says Robert. I had to watch the flying VCR tapes. Mom she had a wicked throw. That's a Duncan. But VW, as long as Bama Babe doesn't walk into a room with dolls and hear, I see dead people, you're all good. Caesar, what's up, Bruce? We're talking about PTSD memories from our mothers. John Jinx, stop. Says Duncan. Oh, my. SoFi, 750 a share, up 44 cents now. Volume on SoFi has hit 19.1 million as the stock continues to rise higher and is being mentioned in more and more blogs, vlogs, and on television networks, which is good. That's a good thing. Oh my. Other stocks we're watching here, we've got ATIP up 6 cents to 174. Still Rocket Lab still lower at 508 here, down 59 cents. Cyxtera's gone green. It's up 4 cents. ME is up a dime. Up a penny at 302. Had been a bit higher. Spire up 6.5 cents now at 147.5. So a little gain on some of these guys. We're still down 537 on the Dow. We're down 77 on S&P. NASDAQ looks to be off 229. 1.9% on the NASDAQ, 1.87 on S&P, 1.6 on the Dow. All three about the same. Oil down 59 cents to 111.81. We need the oil to back off, please, and thank you. Let's see. Bama Babe says, Uncle Bruce is going to need to post this session as the Barbie doll show. Oh, man. Coyote says, I had a relative that was a groundskeeper at the Myrtles Plantation. Very haunted old mansion. Spent a lot of time there alone. My grandpa once threatened to leave me there overnight. Oh, man. I stopped acting up real quick. Bama Babe, SoFi and Matterport up nearly 7% today. Yes, sir. They're having a good day today. The Dow off 540. It's not having a good day, but it's 540. Where our some of our favorites are higher here. 558 on Matterport, up 37 cents. Right on. Cyxtera up 4. ME now up 4 cents to 305. Spire up 6.5. We've got let's see here. Vanik still down 239. IBM down $2. Microsoft down 610. Apple down 399. Goldman down only 45 cents. It's coming back on. Cisco down 81 cents. Facebook down 330. Amazon is off $96. Tesla down 11. Google down 35. Those are some of our favorites over there. All right. Continuing forward. Oh, by the way, let's go a little further here. Where am I here? Target is still it's now 163.40. The low on the day, 159, now 163.40. And over at Costco, we're showing, where's Costco, Bruce? I have it here. It's down $53 to $4.36. So Costco is off today as well, in sympathy with Target. 163.08 on Target right now. All right. Let's see. The Dow down 546. 754 on SoFi. The high of the day now, 756 on SoFi, 19.9 million, breaking the 20 million share barrier today. Okay. Coyote. Group therapy and collective childhood trauma in plain English. Saviors is a priest, a rabbi, and a pastor walk into a bar, and bartender looks up and says, "What is this? Some kind of joke?" Coyote, another stink bid hit. Bama, babe, markets are down. All my SPACs are up. What the hey? Cody, man, this is the third day that the rant is so laggy and unwatchable. Zach, good morning. Thumbs up number 244. Fantastic. Oh gosh, Duncan, I'd rather be grounded and watch Arsenio Hall on my black and white TV. Those VCR tapes hurt. They used to hurt. Oh my gosh. Kids today have no idea. They had no idea the fun we used to have. We're down 559 on the Dow. We're at 753 on SoFi. 553 Matterport, 519 on SmartRent. Yeah. Look at that, with the Dow trending down, but our SPACs finally on the march upwards. The shift may have occurred. Will these other companies maybe have to look at a reverse split to bigger funds we can buy like SoFi? Nick, profit, target profit on short and long, which I close already 7,200. I need 2,800 more to meet my 10 grand goal. Way to go, Nick. Way to go, buddy. Trading those stocks. Right on. Okay. 749 on SoFi. High of the day, 756. We broke 750 today. Back to 750 right now. 95.63 on GameStop. Down 475. See if it's going to have any kind of a pop here or not. Wait for that. And I do not understand, Cody. Do you not like to help us with our mental health issues? Duncan, don't ask what VCR tapes I had to watch. Don't ask. Okay. Don't ask, don't tell. Oh my. Right on. What else is happening out here? Head over here and take a look over there. We've got headlines. Yep, target shares sink 25% as higher expenses hit earnings. Man, oh man, oh man. Russian soldier pleads guilty in first Ukrainian war crimes trial.
Ooh.
21-year-old Russian tank commander admitted to shooting an unarmed civilian in Ukraine's first war crimes trial. Oh. Interesting. Yeah. This 737 that crashed in China a few months ago, the black box seems to be indicating that the plane was intentionally nosedived into the ground.
What is that?
Yeah, so now the focus is on the two pilots,
Yeah.
and the focus is on the on any other systems they can review as to what happened and how. Not good. Not good. Let's see. Oh boy. In UK, inflation hits a 40-year high, putting government on defensive right here in the UK. I'll tell you, we drove through the banking district here last night. We were out for a bit and booming, just booming. Cranes, construction cranes everywhere. This city of London is on fire economically, really on a roll. Bank high rise bank towers going up 40, 50, 60 stories all over the place. Condos going up all over the place for housing in London as well. The cabbies are saying that things have the city council of London is really encouraging new growth, higher growth, which is at the detriment to some local neighborhoods, perhaps. But it's the way it is because London is crawling with 4 and 5 and 6 story buildings that are many years old that have to be probably upgraded and torn down, especially some of these post-war 50s and 70s and 80s buildings that were just blah. They have to go, and you got to put up a 30-story condo to house another 1,000 people here, another 300 here. The demand is unbelievable. You can't create new real estate. There is none to create, so you got to go vertical. And London has a lot of vertical possibilities here to grab. The infrastructure is in place. The tube is there. The bus systems are there. It's just a matter of these taller structures, but not for parking vehicles. It's interesting how some of them have some underground parking, but a lot of them, they can't handle all the units for cars. You just don't own a car in London if you live here. Really, you'd be crazy if you did, because the dollars are out of this world. But driving by the banking centers yesterday and all through here, oh my, busy. Yeah, the city is back up and running again. Yeah, can't imagine being 21 and being on trial for war crimes. What a waste of your life. What are we thinking about here, Bruce? For who should we buy? Who should we sell puts on? Retailers. What retailers are in trouble? Oh, well, we'll see who results next. But I think all of them are going to have a tough rest of the year here. Bama Babe, the psychology of staying in the stock market, being spanked with Barbie dolls, gave me the discipline and the stick-to-itiveness. There it is. It's paying off now, Bama Babe. Paying off now. James, the only VCRs I had as a child, Ghostbusters and Stripes, and those are two very good lessons in life right there. Bama Babe, I don't understand this, but I'm watching a Worry Circle an hour behind, so I'll get the joke sometime this afternoon. Duncan says, I had one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Oh, no. Oh, no. I bought my Apple calls back already. Let her run now, says Michael. Way to go. Coyote Bama Babe, when you make your investment LLC, name it something like Headless Barbie Trading LLC. Oh, no. Oh, my. Well, the Dow's off 621. It's not getting any relief at this point. Home Depot down 1150. Smart Rent 515 up 19. SoFi at 739 up 34. Matterport's 539, 540 now up 18. GameStop is 95.24 down 514. AMC up 83 cents, 1373. ATIP is up a nickel, 5 cents to 173. Rocket Lab 502 down 64. Sixtera up 3 to 1283. ME we're up 1.5 to 302.5. Spire up 6.5 cents to 147.5. All green there. Pfizer down 44. Hewlett Packard down 146 to 38.16. What else we got here? Vanik Vectors, SMH down 360, IBM down 271, Microsoft off 647, Apple down 466 to 144.57, Goldman down 190 to 311, Cisco down $1, $1, 49.59. Facebook down 430, Amazon down $99, Tesla down 16, Google down 41. It's a red day, to say the least, with a 647-point drop on the Dow. The Dow's off 1.98%, but it is the lagger. The two others, S&P's down 2.2%, Nasdaq 2.3%. It's down 278 points. So they're a little further off than the Dow. That's what we got going here. 739 on SoFi, holding a very good gain here. Alexander says, I'm extremely glad that I'm down on my May $27 covered calls on SoFi. I can't wait to roll on Friday. There you go. Bama Babe, Cody, I love that. Headless Barbie. Headless Barbie Corporation. Bama, of course, Cody, one might get the idea that I have no head or brains. I love it. There you go. Oh, my. Well, the SoFi got up to that 550-something range, and people were nervous with their calls. Now we're at 734, so those calls are coming back down again. Perhaps those calls are rollable now at a better level. Who knows? Because I think the bias is higher for SoFi. I do believe it. Oh, my gosh. Americans, a headline says here, Americans have spent $125 billion on sports in the past 4 years as the legalization push continues. What Jen and I are noticing is that on the hockey telecasts in Canada, the beer commercials have virtually disappeared to be replaced now with betting commercials. There are a number of sports betting entities out there in Canada that are trying to get the business. It is really competitive. It's interesting to see how this is all falling into place. Quite disturbing, interesting. I don't know what to call it, but it is an interesting thing to watch. We figured the NHL is in on it. Certain that they're getting some kind of a cut for this thing. I don't know. Very interesting. 655 drop on the Dow. Wow, what a run here. What a run. Let's see here. John Bickman says, my investment LLC will be not a paper-handed weenie baby LLC. How about that one? There you go. There you go, right there. Right on. Where are we at now? We're not much going on. It's just a down day here. What can I tell you? I haven't got much more to tell you. U.S. department stores left for earnings this week. Kohl's, Ross, or tomorrow. Puts maybe on the cards there. Nick, Roblex ready to drop, he says. There you go. Thinks it's about to go. Well, we'll see. At the moment, Target is at 161.96 and low of 159, high of 168 on today's session. That is Target right there. And interest rates right at the moment, 2.92 on the 10-year. That's definitely lower The German rate is dropping from 1.09 to 1.01. So there's some interest rates dropping in the USA, Germany. The euro is at 104.98, under 105 again. The pound at 124, almost off a full penny. It might even be heading for 123 territory now. So there's some selling coming in there. Okay. Oil right now down $1.37 to 111.03. We were 116 yesterday on the oil for a bit. Interesting stuff going on there. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for 249 thumbs ups today. I do appreciate that. Nice to get that number through again today. Fantastic. And let's see. Is it a good idea to write covered calls on SoFi? I don't know. I'm not too convinced to write anything too close in, but I'm also kind of thinking, gee, the stock's had a good run here, and I think it's setting up for more. The momentum is to the upside, and we get these buy waves coming in, and we may have yet another tomorrow and the day after, and lo and behold, we may be at $9 or $10 in not too long a time frame here, just because of how bloody oversold it was. So I don't know if you want to be writing 8s or 10s with the stock possibly getting to 9, 10 very shortly, the way it's climbing. So Nick, I can't endorse it. Bama, maybe it should say not a Barbie-headed weenie baby doll. JJ Sports Betting DraftKings stock. That's right. I'd like that. So we'll see. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm really happy to see SoFi now in the 7s, mid 7s. Keep it coming. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's mid 8s next week. I wouldn't be surprised at that. We are oversold on this stock by a ton. I'm getting the impression that all those hedge funds that had to get out, they had to sell, they had to raise money, they did it. They've been blown away. They are all gone from SoFi. And that's why it doesn't take much. Like today, what do we have now? 21.7 million. And we've already hit 756 today on less than 100 million volume. Like it didn't take anything. So going forward, we get 50 to 75 million share days on SoFi, which we're not going to do today. We're over 10. We're back to 10, 12. We're climbing. Yeah. DraftKings launches in Ontario today. Interesting. Coyote, Nick, I am doing it out of the money calls, but that's just what I do. I've been writing SoFi since last September, never rolled yet. I do have 1750 covered calls though, but I wrote it for next month during this run up. Yeah, Coyote, SoFi, 35% run up in less than a week. Yeah, bound to be some pullback eventually. Yep, there you go. Guys, that's the deal. All right, well, we'll see what gives. All right, I'm going to pack the show up and say thank you for joining me today. The Dow is just approaching down 700 now. Keep an eye on that. I know you will, and look for any kind of strength. See how it all plays out. I'll be back on at 3 o'clock Eastern time today for the final hour of the day, and we'll see what's going on, and we'll close the market together and take it from there. In the meantime, I hope your contracts that you have out are depreciating nicely, and that contracts you're going to position yourself into, you get the stink offer you want. The 704 down dip on the Dow right now is the current number. 100 points down on S&P, 300 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 2.6, S&P 2.4, the Dow down 2.1 at the moment. All righty. Again, thank you all for joining me today, and I'll catch you this afternoon, everybody. Another great show, says Coyote. LL, good afternoon all. Touch Grass says, take it easy. Computer Whiz.
I'll never look at Barbie the same again.
We'll never look at Barbies the same way. Thanks, everybody, from John. That's right, Coyote, arms crossed. Oh, God. There's a Barbie in my room without a head on it.
I knew I had to torture my sister.
Oh my gosh. Her poor sister. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. What else we got here? Thanks, Uncle B. Thank you, Zach. Have a good one, y'all. Larry, have a good afternoon, everybody. All right. We'll see you at 3:00 this aft, and we'll shut the show down a little later on. We're down 723 on the Dow, still going down. Keep an eye on it, and we'll talk to you all later. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.
Yes.